And we're live, and we're back for match week 20, the preview. It's a quick turnaround, I know. It's just yesterday I did the roundup for match week 19. We are halfway done with most of the fixtures. There's been a lot of postponements because of a COVID outbreak, of course. We know that's going on all across the globe, but it is what it is. We got to deal with it. We got to stay safe, and the show must go on, right? I know. But I'm back. Week 20. So what we're going to be doing, we got to talk about that Newcastle versus Manchester United game first. And then we're going to do a quick recap of what happened in week 19. And then we're going to talk about the week 20 fixtures that we got playing. Two fixtures have been postponed. The other 8, as for now, will be going ahead. But guys, as we've been seeing for the last couple of weeks, maybe we'll get a postponement or two for either the Wednesday games or even tomorrow or Thursday. Let's see. Let's keep our fingers crossed there with that one. So big up to everybody in the stream right about now. We got a boy Palomo, Thriller Online School, Pacharo, Zachary in the house. Everybody in here, man. How's everybody doing? We got Steve in the house. How are you doing, Steve? Nice to see you. Let's get the music going. Let's get some music going on in the background there. You know what I'm saying? Something's missing, right? Something missing, and it got to be the music, right? I mean, the vibe is kind of, well, what's going on down? Where's the ambience, right? So let's talk about that game. Newcastle, Manchester United. I didn't watch the game. I was busy. I was definitely busy doing something. And I did watch the highlights. All 11 minutes of the highlights. And what I saw from those highlights is that Newcastle United were very, very unlucky not to win the game. My initial reaction was, whoa, United drew? Oh, that's crazy. I predicted them to win the game. I actually went on YouTube and just randomly went on YouTube and I saw Hugh Wizzy talking about, he scheduled a live stream and he was saying, about Newcastle or something. I was like, whoa, would have never expected this, man. The way Man United have been playing on the Ralph Ragnick, I thought they would have scraped to a maybe scrappy 2-1 win or something like that. What was actually my prediction for this game, you may ask? 2-1. 2-1. I did fancy them. Because, Newcastle's been going through a slump. Eddie Howe, new man in charge, trying to get things going again over at St. James's Park. And I think this would actually help them a lot to pick up some momentum, because if you took a look at the fixtures that they had City, they had Liverpool, they had United, and I was like, no way they're winning any one of those. And they could have definitely picked up their second win on the day against Manchester United, where people are reacting. I tell you. And let's take a brief look and see what's Twitter saying right now. What is Twitter saying? Let's go to the homepage of Twitter here. And let's just click search and you'll see exactly what's going on here. Definitely trending right now. You got Newcastle host Man United trending. And let's see what people are saying right now. So, another superb save by De Gea. Definitely the savior on the day. I don't want to show that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Man United, forever grateful for your support. And to those who travel to Newcastle tonight, Newcastle United FC, Eddie Howe on the game, desperately disappointed not to win. I thought we were tactically excellent. We defended really well in partnerships, and we were good on transitions. We created the chances to get that second goal, which would have been crucial in the end. Indeed. Great result nevertheless, though. Great result nevertheless. I see people over on Newcastle Fan TV saying 2 points dropped. And I was saying initially, Bro, chill. You just picked up 1 point. You know what I'm saying? That's a big point to pick up, right? But really and truly, after I saw the highlights, it was indeed 2 points dropped. Newcastle produced 8 shots on target against Man United, the most they have managed in a single Premier League game since the start of last season. Man United were lucky to get away with just 1 goal conceded. Indeed. Sky Sports. They were whinging at each other. Gary Neville condemned Man United's performance at Newcastle FC as a mess after describing Ralph Rangnick's team as a bunch of winebags or whingebags. I don't know what that is. I never saw that word. I never heard anybody use that word. Sorry. You know what I mean? Rangnick to Sky Sports on performance. I didn't like it at all. Today, it was not a question of body language. It was a question of physicality. You have to get physical, and this was not the case. De Gea saved Statman Dave in all competitions this season. Against Newcastle, 7. Against Villarreal, 6. Against Leicester, 6. Another busy day at the office. The man who's carrying Man United on his back, I should say, this season, David De Gea, who I think is currently their player of the season indeed. So that's just a reaction across Twitter. And I think I got the important reactions, right? The managers said what they had to say. And a few other quotables there. So let's get back to the page. And Alan Saint-Maximin in the 7th minute. But before we get there, 6 changes for Newcastle from the previous game. Shelvey back in the team. Quite a few absentees. And with all those changes, you would have expected a disjointed performance by Newcastle, a team ravaged by injuries and COVID at the moment. Man United did make 2 changes, with Greenwood coming in for Sancho, who was on the bench, and Rafa Varane, back from injury, coming in for Lindelof, who tested positive for the coronavirus. The first goal, it was scored from a throw-in. Throw-in to Sean Longstaff's head, onto Callum Wilson's head, and then they lost the ball momentarily. Rafa Varane got the ball, lingered on the ball, got the ball stolen away from him by Longstaff, and he picked up Saint-Maximin running in space, and, you know, he did his thing, dilly-daddled, you know what I'm saying? Dilly-dally, I should say, you know what I'm saying, you know, with that movement. And he went past Dallo. Oh, that rhymes. That rhymes, right? Dally, Dallo, Harry Maguire. And he got off one of those shots I remember back from FIFA 16 and FIFA 17 career mode when I used to play with this Indian player named Jackie Chan Singh. He used to always fall down on his back when he shoots, you know? And that was a similar type of shot there by Saint-Maximin to beat De Gea in goal. 20 to 23rd minute, 2 more chances for Newcastle, Shelvey and Joelinton. Shelvey shot saved, Joelinton shots went wide. And it took until the 41st minute for Dubravka to really get tested by Man United from a free kick situation. 1-0 at halftime. And Newcastle were back at it again early in the 50th minute. A cross by Emil Kraft to Alan Saint-Maximin, who didn't really get enough purchase on the ball, or else that would have been a tap-in from point-blank range. And it was a save by De Gea. Not an easy save, but nevertheless, he had to save that. And I think Newcastle were quite unfortunate not to score a second goal up until that point. Rashford did get a chance from distance, saved by Dubravka as well. And Shelvey on the break to Fraser. Fraser shot saved by David De Gea. There was quite a few saves made by De Gea, though. Quite a few big saves, and we talk about that in the beginning there. The change, look, came. Cavani, he came on, and he did his thing. He was a catalyst, and he showed United what they've been missing since he's been injured. And Bruno Fernandes with the cross Cavani with the first shot blocked, and the second one, he was the first to it put into the back of the net to score his 19th goal in United's colours and to give the Red Devils an equalizer. Alain Saint-Maximin made himself a real menace in the game. He was later taken off with a bit of injury, so was Callum Wilson, so we got to keep an eye on those guys. Cavani did get a second chance in the 75th minute. That was cleared off the line. I don't think Cavani expected the ball when it came to him, and he kind of, screw up the whole shot. Jacob Murphy. This is when Newcastle could have actually sealed it. Murphy hit the inside of the upright, and then the rebound was brilliantly saved by De Gea. Miguel Almiron with the shot. And I don't know how he saved that, but Newcastle, I don't know how they didn't get a second, because United, they just look all over the place on the day, man. All over the place. They did get another chance late in the game when Dubravka did a little walkabout, and the ball was lofted and cleared by the defender off the line. So, look, United with a lot of the ball. They had about 70% of the ball. And that actually, I think, came about after Newcastle scored early. They didn't really need to play too open. And we always expected Newcastle to play with less of the ball, right? When they come up against better oppositions like a United, a City, a Liverpool, a Chelsea, you name it. And they wouldn't be more dangerous on the counter-attack. But United, way too many opportunities given to Newcastle, a team down in 19th. You see what I'm saying? And I was so surprised to see the scoreline. I was like, I thought United were really going to win this game, and they could have lost. They should have lost the game. They really should. I think, sometimes you don't really want to use the word luck. They were really lucky. They were really lucky not to lose the game. And if their coach came out and he talked negatively about the performance, he was there. I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's talking bad about their performance. Listen, something's got to be right. There got to be some truth there. Newcastle with 13 shots at goal, 8 on target, only 31% of the ball. United, 13 shots themselves, 4 on target, 69% of the ball, and they were just all over the place. Bruno Fernandes picked up a yellow card in this game, and he would actually miss the next game, which would be a big miss. It would be a big miss because he was the guy that passed that ball to Cavani and, set up that goal. So you don't have him in the next game. That's a creative force out of the match there. And they would have to, who knows, maybe you have Danny Van de Beek coming in. Scott McTominay went off injured as well. He's a doubt. You see what I mean? So they do have backup in Matic, but their team would be weakened going into the next game against Burnley, where Burnley would actually be rubbing their hands. They're fresh, haven't played in a while, and they would be ready to take a go at United. Look, another talking point that we have to actually touch on, guys, is the fact that Dalot and Tellez is being continued with, right? And Luke Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka now bench warmers. That's definitely something to talk about. But maybe after this performance, who knows? Ralph Rangnick may look to ring in the changes and go back to the original fullback partnership there. Man United, you got to step your game up. These guys, I thought when they brought in Cristiano Ronaldo, to be completely honest, I thought they were title contenders, but these guys are only pretenders. Another player I have to talk about, and I've been telling you guys, and I've been really drilling it into you guys. I'm telling you, Rafa Varane is overrated. Rafael Varane is overrated big time. And I've been talking about that from the get-go. Everybody's, Rafa Varane this. Listen, his best days are past him. They pass him. I don't rate Varane. I don't rate him. If I ever did, I don't anymore. And this game is a perfect example. Perfect example. Ralph Rangnick, bro, you got a lot of building, and rebuilding to do. Because this team, it ain't it, man. It ain't it. We know for sure that they're not winning the Premier League title. That's out of the question. Out of the question. It ain't happening. It's not happening. United are 7th after 17 games with 28 points. They've lost 5 matches already, drawn 4. The only way they could go on to win the title, they have to win everything. They just got to go on a mad run and just win everything. Everything for the next 20 games. And still, it will be very difficult if, let's say, a team like City or Liverpool continue with their form. So the title could kiss it goodbye for United. Their goal would be to get top 4 right now. Top 4. They came in second last season, and they will be looking to replicate that. I think that's the best they could do. Newcastle United, guys. Newcastle. That's a big point, right? There's still only 1 win this season, halfway through, 11 points. Their second half of the season has to be a total turnaround. It has to be a total turnaround. Do they actually have 25 to 30 points in them? 25 to 30 points. Do they have that in them for the next 19 games? It's not as simple as it sounds, but it is as simple as that. You need 25 to 30 points from 19 matches, and the January transfer window couldn't come at the right time. They would need to convince players to come in, be part of the project, and help them survive the drop, because right now, it looks like they're dropping out of the league, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it's getting hot. Listen, it's getting hot in this room. It's getting hot. I think that analysis was straight fire, though. Straight fire. But for Newcastle, their next game will be against Everton. And we will talk about that one a little later on in the show. Then they have Southampton. Those games are winnable games. Watford, their next 4 games, their next 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have the next 9 fixtures for Newcastle are Brighton, Brentford, West Ham, Aston Villa, Everton, Leeds, Watford, Southampton, and Everton. This is the period where they could turn their season around. I ain't going to even say no more. It is as simple as that. As for Manchester United, they have Burnley next at Old Trafford. Another game at Old Trafford against Wolves. And then they got Aston Villa in the FA Cup 3rd round. Let us see how they fare. We'll talk about their game against Burnley a bit later on in the show as well. I like to take the time to big up everybody in the stream. We got the boy Ryan LFC in the house. How are you doing? How are you? We got Mr. Revix in the house. Online school. Jave O'Hara. Come on. We all know Liverpool win the Prem. Ha ha ha ha. Yeah. Big up to the boy Raz. People talk about White and Pepe when United spent 80 million on Slabhead and makes a blatant error every game, and 40 million and huge wages for an injury-prone player that barely plays and get embarrassed by the Swiss. So we got Thriller. Dom, who can United possibly sign in January to improve their Premier League position and increase their UCL hopes? Well, the only thing they could hope to win, it is the Champions League. It is a Who could they sign? Who could they possibly sign? Erling Haaland, maybe. But does Erling Haaland want to go to United? That's the question. But in all actuality, when you really think about it, Erling Haaland does demand big wages, and Man United are renowned for big wages, paying players big wages. The fact that Erling Haaland came through the Red Bull system, Salzburg, Ralph Ragnick linked to that whole system, it could be a possibility. It could definitely be a possibility. I could actually see it. I could see them convincing Haaland to join. It would be a big mistake, but when you think about Haaland and Ronaldo, it's a possibility. Cavani's out on the way out. Martial is on the way out as well. You got Phil Jones on the bench. He might help if he gets involved more. Man, there's Jadon Sancho, Him and Haaland could link up again. The amount of money these guys are spending, the amount of money and the lack of success lately is laughable. If you're spending the money, at least have something to show for it, man. You see what I'm saying? So, my answer to that question, Erling Haaland. I could see it happening because Dortmund are out of the Champions League. He would want to continue to play Champions League football, possibly, and be part of something where maybe he could make them great again. Never know. But great question, though, Thriller. Great question. Guys, make sure you smash the thumbs up button for the live stream. We do have 20 thumbs up already. I do appreciate that, man. We got Mr. Fortin in the house. How are you doing, Mr. Fortin? Ryan telling everybody to hit the thumbs up button. Thank you very much there, Ryan. Appreciate that. Raz spends crazy money every year and they get worse. Big up to Mr. Abdullahi Adan in the house. Palomo, how are you doing, Palomo? Everybody in here, man. Big up to you. Big up to you. Big up to everybody. We're back with another one. Week 20. The preview, guys. It's been a long day. I woke up late this morning for work. I'm supposed to get to work for 5:30. Guess what time I woke up? 5:29. I went to sleep late last night, little extracurricular activities as well. And I've had a long day, man. I've had a very eventful day, but I'm trying some new things, you know what I mean? I took a nap before this, did a little prep work, took a nap, and I'm here. And with that being said, let's do a quick recap of what happened in match week 19. So we had Man City defeating Leicester 6-3. Arsenal flattening Norwich 5-0. Spurs outplaying Crystal Palace 3-0. Southampton surprising West Ham with a 3-2 win. Chelsea back to winning ways with a 3-1 victory over Aston Villa. And Brighton and Hove Albion, they ended their longest winless streak in their history by picking up a 2-0 win over Brentford. We also had the game today between Newcastle and Manchester United that finished in a 1-1 draw. How did that affect the Premier League table? There's a lot of catching up to do for some teams. Liverpool do have a game in hand. Tottenham do have 3 games in hand. You have United with 2, West Ham with 1. You have Brighton with 2, Leicester with 2. And you scroll down, you have Watford with 3 games in hand, Burnley with 4. It's a lot of catching up to do for some of these teams. It could actually be a good thing for Burnley because, look, they could actually have those games to play when they actually inform. So let's keep that in mind. It could either work in your favor or it could work against you. So City on top. They're at the summit of the table right now. 47 points. That's a 6-point gap between themselves and Liverpool, who do have a game in hand in second. Chelsea on the same amount of points with Liverpool with 41 after 19 games. But with a win, Liverpool could stretch that gap to three points, of course. Arsenal are 4th. They've been brilliant this season, but they do have a 6-point gap between themselves and Chelsea in 3rd. Tottenham are rising fast. 3 games in hand, and if they do win their 3 games in hand, they would be in 4th position right now. West Ham United are 6th with 28 points. They're going through a bit of a slump. United, who I thought were actually pulling things back together, dropping points against a team in the relegation zone there. They're in 7th. Wolverhampton Wanderers have been more than stellar this season, and they have 25 points in 8th. Brighton, they have been one of the teams that's impressed me a lot this season, even though they went through that barren period. They do have 23 points in 9th. And Leicester, very inconsistent this year. Last 2 seasons, they finished 5th, but now they're 10th. They would have to creep up from behind if they want to get that top 6 place again. They have 22 points. So To round off the bottom half of the table, Aston Villa under Steven Gerrard currently 11th with 22 points. Crystal Palace are 12th with 20 points under new manager Patrick Vieira. Brentford are 13th, newly promoted with 20 points. Well done, halfway through the season with 2 games in hand. They will look to replicate that first half of the season to survive, to continue to build on their Premier League status. Southampton are rising very, very fast in the charts there. They're 14th with 20 points, and they look on course to survive yet another season in the Premier League. Everton are in a bit of a trouble, but a lot of injuries has really hampered Rafa Benitez and his side. They have 19 points. 16th, Leeds United. Second season syndrome back in the Premier League, maybe for Bielsa and his boys. Maybe. They need to get their act together. And just outside the relegation zone are Watford with 3 games in hand, 13 points. Claudio Ranieri, I think, is in jeopardy of getting sacked. Being the second manager Watford could sack this season. In the relegation zone, we got Burnley, 15 games played, 11 points. They have a lot of catching up to do, but those 4 games in hand could actually prove to be beneficial, and it could catapult them way, way above the drop zone. Newcastle also with 1 win, 11 points. They would like to continue that momentum after that whole 1-1 draw and that great performance against United. And for Norwich, 20th, 10 points. Looked like Norwich are doomed, but look, with Leeds and Watford just outside the relegation zone not playing well at all, it gives the teams inside the relegation zone a lot of hope. Let's take a look at the stats and see who's in the goal scoring charts and who's not. Mo Salah with 15 goals and 9 assists. Brilliant stuff. Diego Jota with 10 goals. Also very brilliant. Jamie Vardy with 9. Rafinha with 8. He's been linked with a move to Bayern Munchen. I would actually be very happy for him if he gets that move. He does thoroughly deserve that. Emil Smith-Rowe. Oh my God, how good has he been this season? 8 goals. He's now scored, I think, in about 6 to 7 consecutive games. God damn, Emil. Ya get on, bad boy. Son Heung-min in the house. He's been so consistent over the years. Mikel Antonio on the charts as well. Emmanuel Dennis. Cristiano Ronaldo with 7 goals. Could do better, Ronaldo. Come on, bro. And Sadio Mane also have been impressive with 7. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Mo Salah leads the assist charts with 9 and 8. Gabriel Jesus, 7. He's been on the bench lately. Rotation. Pogba with 7, been out injured. Jared Bowen, Emmanuel Dennis, Reece James, Kovacic, Andy Robertson, and Mikel Antonio. See, João Cancelo has been the best passer in the league by miles. Big up to João Cancelo, who I think is a nominee for Player of the Season, in my opinion, though. Alain Saint-Maximin up there in terms of minutes played. Wow. I didn't expect him to be there. He's been struggling with a bit of injury, but he's been brilliant. Newcastle's Player of the Season, of course. But Man City players lead the passing charts. You have Ruben Diaz, Rodri, Laporte. Come on, man. Come on. Clockwork. Clockwork. Clockwork, baby. Edison, you know, in terms of the minutes, played every minute for City. Jose Sa, Fabianski, the goalkeepers all showing up there. Look, Salah with the most shots at goal. Mbeumo went off injured in the last game. Forgot to mention that. Hit the post 7 times. But you have Mane, Salah, and Jota with the most shots at goal. Rafinha, Ronaldo as well on the charts. Bruno Fernandes, one of the most creative in the league. You got Cancelo, Trent, and Odegaard. Big up to the boy Odegaard as well. He's been really, really good for Arsenal. He's why I have them ticking right now. Trent Alexander-Arnold, I have to say, has been very good this season. And, you know, behind Salah could be Liverpool's leading player and would definitely be the man to go to in Salah's absence in January, maybe early February. So, not going to get too deeper into the other stats here. But, you know, Romain Saiss has been doing the dirty work. Edison leads the clean sheets chart. Could have had more. Melier with saves. De Gea creeping up behind him. And you got Alisson with the most punches. Most goals conceded. Melier with 36. That's not a good record to have at all. Most ill-disciplined player in the league, Ruben Neves. I almost said Diaz. I don't know why. But yeah, I like to go through those stats, though. Definitely like to do that. And guys, what we're going to be doing, we are going to be moving right on to the prediction part of the show, the preview, where we go through each and every game that's been played on match week 20. All 8 of them scheduled to play so far. And I'm going to just give you a quick update, history, and all that good stuff. And we're going to have some fun. All right. I don't want to be too long-winded tonight because it's a quick turnaround. I've said basically the same thing about the teams yesterday in the last live stream, and I don't want to keep repeating myself over and over and over again. So the first game that we're going to talk about is Crystal Palace versus Norwich City. Both teams coming off of losses. They do need to bounce back. This is a big game for Norwich as well as Crystal Palace. Every game is a big game, but this is a game where win probability does go up for both teams. So for Palace in their last game, they lost 3-0 to Tottenham. For Norwich, even worse, a 5-0 loss to the Gunners. What happened the last time these teams met was a 1-1 draw at Carrow Road, and at Selhurst Park, Crystal Palace managed to pick up a 2-0 win. They only lost across the last 10 games, dating all the way back to 2008, have been a 1-0 loss back in 2013 at Carrow Road. There's been 3 draws in there, and there's 6 wins for Palace. And these games date back to the championship as well. So, look, in terms of all-time Premier League meetings here, let's just get that right there up on the screen. We got 12 matches, 4 wins for Norwich, 5 draws, and 3 wins for Palace in the Premier League era. Not bad by Norwich. Level. Home games, 6 matches, 2 wins for Norwich, 2 draws, and 2 wins for Crystal Palace. This will be the first time Dean Smith and Patrick Vieira, if he's available to be on the touchline, would actually be meeting. But Dean Smith against Crystal Palace, he has managed 5 games, winning 2, losing 3. Players to watch for both teams here. Not for the right reasons, but I'm going to go for Hudson Edward. Because in the absence of Wilfred Zaha, he has to step up. And, you know, he started the season very well. I think he started with a brace in his first game, if I could recall. And he's gone very quiet since. He needs to actually get the ball in the back of the net more often. Paid good money for you. You got to, you know, repay the club's faith in you. And for Norwich, I'm choosing to go with Josh Sargent, who is yet to score a single Premier League goal after his move from Werder Bremen, the relegated Werder Bremen. Josh Sargent is overrated, in my opinion, big time. I think because he's American, he gets talked up a lot on the American networks, but he ain't no good. Josh, if you're listening, bro, step your game up, bro. You ain't that good. You ain't good at all. So look, for Crystal Palace, the last game, Nathan Ferguson made his debut versus Spurs, and he would be a good addition to the squad, seeing that there's a lot of coronavirus issues going around, and you need everybody you could have right about now. He's a 21-year-old midfielder, by the way. There was quite a few absentees versus Spurs, including the manager Patrick Vieira, Christian Benteke, Ebericha Eze, Michael Olise, and James MacArthur, with Wilf Zaha suspended for the game. So, in terms of updates on injuries, that's what I have so far, you know. Let's see if those players would continue to be absent. Let's see if Jack Butland would continue to be the number 1 goalkeeper. After all, he is listed here with the number 1, Guaita, number 13, It's been very unlucky for him this season, as he is now playing second fiddle to Jack Butland. For Norwich, Miller Rashica, Matthias Norman, Grant Hanley, and Andre Omar Bomadelli all missed the last game. And there's uncertainty over the availability of players because of coronavirus as well. So it's very difficult to get things right in this department. What's the latest? Did you know? Crystal Palace have scored in each of their last 8 outings at Selhurst Park. It's the longest ever scoring streak in the Premier League home matches. Palace have lost just one of their last 9 Premier League home matches against promoted side, winning 5 and drawing 3, going down 1-0 against Sheffield United in February of 2020. The Eagles have conceded just 2 goals in this run, keeping 7 clean sheets. Norwich are looking for their first victory at Palace in 17 matches, in a run dating back to 1996. Norwich have drawn their final league match in 4 of their last 5 calendar years and losing 1. So in the last game of the year, they have drawn 4 out of 5 and losing 1. That's very good for Norwich. With their last such victory coming in 2015 against Aston Villa. Paul Tierney would be in charge of this game. Paul Tierney. Big up to Paul Tierney, though. Big up to Paul Tierney. Klopp does not like that guy at all. So, look, what's my prediction for this game? Guys, Crystal Palace, without Vieira on the touchline, they looked clueless. They didn't know what they were doing. And it shows how important it is to have the manager at the wheel, right? And not steering the vehicle from a remote location. It's very important. Zaha will be a big miss. And if those players that I mentioned are missing again, and if we have more absentees, Crystal Palace would be hampered big time. For Norwich, the only way for them is up. Because after they had a horrible start to the season, they pulled it back in November, sacked Daniel Farker, brought in Dean Smith. They have played a lot better, but December has been terrible in December for Norwich. I think Norwich have lost all the games they've been involved in December. 5-0 loss to Arsenal, 2-0 loss to Aston Villa, 1-0 loss to Man United, and a 3-0 loss to Tottenham. So 4 games played in December and 4 losses. This is the perfect game to win, to at least get off of your duck in December. And with Crystal Palace, with the uncertainty over the squad, with Zaha out, I think it gives Norwich a big chance here. I don't usually talk up Norwich's chances, but I have a good feeling about Norwich in this game for some reason. Something tells me that they're winning this game. Something tells me they're winning this game 2-1. You get Pookie on the ball, you get goals. That's what they need to do. They would be without Tim Krul as well, who, well, they should if he's not recovered, and that's the uncertainty that we have in these games. Angus Gunn was in the goal in the last game. Tim Krul picked up the coronavirus, and if Angus Gunn does play, he has to put on a big performance. But this game could go anyway, but I'm going for Norwich. 2-1. It's a weird prediction, but I think I have to be a little, outside the box at times and make you say, whoa, damn, really? Okay, and I wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't. So if they do pick up the win, that would be their 3rd win of the season and their 1st in December. Their next game will be against Leicester on January 1st. That's the weekend coming up, Saturday. Then they have Everton, Watford, Crystal Palace again before they run into the mighty Manchester City and Liverpool. So if they are to pick up some wins, the next 5 games or so is the best time to do it. As for Crystal Palace, who are in 12th position right now, After they play Norwich, they do meet West Ham in a London derby on Saturday. Millwall in another London derby. And they have Brighton and Hove and Albion before they run into Liverpool. Luckily without Salah and Sadio Mane. So that's my thoughts on that game. Let me know yours in the chat. Do appreciate it. Big up to everybody in the house. Make your predictions. Like the video and all that good stuff, man. What else we got in here? Who's talking? Big up to everybody. Big up to Cuthbert McVeigh. 3-0 to Palace. We got Sargent ain't that guy. If USA starts him, it's automatic L. Yep. Tell me about it. All right, guys. How many wins do we expect them to get at the end of the season? You're talking about FIFA. Okay, watch and see me bounce back hard. Big up to the boy Qatar in the house, man. Appreciate you becoming a member of the channel. And I thought you said you were going to go to bed, bro. Nice to see you in here. Late night over in the UK. You know, doing a late night thing. Big up to you, though. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. What else we got in terms of comments? DJ Liverpool Romani or Romaine. Did you know that Nathan Ferguson was born in Jamaica? I think I ran into something like that before. Big up to Nathan Ferguson. Who's the best footballer currently playing born in Jamaica? Maybe Raheem the Dream Sterling, right? So, shout outs to everybody in here. Do we have any more predictions coming in? 1-1 Josh says Leo. Big up to you, Leo. Mr. Revix. You're going to be watching the AFCON? Yeah, I'm hoping to do so. I have to drop a prediction video. I got to work on it. Maybe I'll work on it tomorrow, actually. Maybe I will. Newcastle played 4 more games. Big up to Qatar again. So, look. We're going to keep it moving. MVP Kev, how are you, bro? He says Raheem Sterling. Guys, we need 21 more likes to get to 50. Smash up the thumbs up button. Do appreciate it, man. Do appreciate it. Leon Bailey? Nah. Leon Bailey ain't that guy, man. Raheem Sterling for me all day. Raheem. So, Dom, gonna be in the National League soon. You guys are making fun of me, man. Stop it, man. It ain't nice. It ain't nice, man. Stop making fun of me. It ain't cool. Not cool. Not cool at all. But guys, we're 42 minutes in. We're not doing too well in terms of time. And we got to get it moving, though. Definitely. The next match, we're going to run through these next ones. And we have Everton coming up against Newcastle. We just spoke about Newcastle and how well they played against Manchester United. And now they face the Toffees on the road. Quick turnaround, I know. Quick turnaround with these games. Definitely. A lot of these games, very, very quick turnaround where teams are playing every 2 days and things like that. It's harsh. It's rough. But it's just the reality of the festive season. So, let us talk. Let us talk about this one. Last game for Everton, 1-1 draw against Chelsea. Guys, you remember that? Do you remember that? Seems like a long time ago, right? And for Newcastle, their last game today, a 1-1 draw against Manchester United. A win for either one of these teams would be huge in the grand scheme of things. For sure. What happened the last time these two teams met? Newcastle actually did the double over Everton last season. So, well done to Newcastle. And they will be hoping to do the same again this year. It's possible, but it's going to be hard. That's 2. They got 3 wins in their last 10 matches dating back to 2015 against Everton in the Premier League. And Everton with 5 wins. There's been 2 draws sprinkled in between as well. So, for both managers, Rafa Benitez versus Eddie Howe, this would be the 5th meet in between these guys. 1 win for Rafa, 2 draws, and a loss. And the same record for Eddie Howe. Rafa versus Newcastle, the team he actually brought back to the Premier League. Remember that? Seems like a long time ago, right? Yeah, I know. Then he went to China to make some money and then left. 11 matches against Newcastle, 8 wins and 3 L's. And Eddie Howe against Everton, 11 matches, 4 wins, 2 draws, and 5 losses. All-time Premier League results, 52 games. 20 wins for Newcastle, 21 for Everton, 11 draws. Home record for Everton, 13 wins, 6 losses, and 7 draws. Players to watch for both teams. Listen, for Everton, the boy Dominic Calvert-Lewin Rich is back. And if your name is Dominic, man, you got legendary status. Automatic legendary status. Big up to the boy Dominic Thompson over at Brentford as well. And the boy Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And Dominic Livakovic as well of Dinamo Zagreb. Big up to all the Dominics. So you guys are the real deal. Just want to put it out there. The reason why I say Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he's back. He's fit. And if Everton were to play their last game, Rafa said that Calvert-Lewin would have been forced to play the whole 90. So it's a good thing they got a couple more days for him to rest. And he'll be back. Don't know if they'll start him, but if he's involved, he will be a key figure indeed. Remember the last time Everton played, they were without Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison, Demarai Gray, Andros Townsend, and they still picked up a draw against Chelsea. Yeah, that's how bad Chelsea have been playing lately, right? And that was a big effort by Everton, if you ask me, though. For Newcastle, I would have went in with Alon Saint-Maximin, but there's an injury doubt with him. But even if he comes off the bench, he would be a problem. So I went with Jonjo Shelvey. Shelvey is a key figure for Newcastle. Played well against Liverpool, absent against City, and came back against United, and he put out a very good performance there. So Jonjo Shelvey, the man that's keeping the midfield together, would definitely be the player to watch for me. So in terms of notes, I got a lot here on Everton. Rafa said there was 9 fit players, 9 fit first-team players for the Burnley game. That was the last update we had for the Burnley game. Injuries and coronavirus definitely depleted the squad. And he was actually going to involve 5 players under the age of 21 for that game. And luckily he didn't get to do so. Calvert-Lewin fit again, but Yeremina still recovering. He's a doubt. He could feature. The thing about these players, they could pop up anytime, man. They could really pop up anytime and feature on the bench or even from the start. Demarai Gray, Richarlison, Luca Digne, disciplinary reasons. Andros Townsend were all missing for the Chelsea game. And a few of these guys should be available once again. And we have to keep our fingers crossed with that. Also, I must announce that Everton have signed Ukrainian international left-back Vitaly Mykolenko from Dynamo Kiev. So he will be a good addition to their team. And that will be their first signing come this January. So all the best to the young man Vitaly Mykolenko. He will join up Andrei Yarmolenko and the boy Alexander Zinchenko as the Ukrainians in the league. For Newcastle, Matt Ritchie missed the United game. Jamal Lewis, Federico Fernandez, and Paul Dummett were all out. Isaac Hayden will be available again after suspension. And I did mention Jonjo Shelvey, who was fit again after he missed the game against Man City. Kieran Clark missed the United game, as well as Joe Willock. So they were depleted. They were definitely depleted. They're all doubts for the game as well. Javier Manquillo will be suspended for this one. Callum Wilson and Alon Saint-Maximin both went off injured against Man United, and they are doubts. And Eddie Howe would be hoping he got these guys fit and ready for this game coming up against Everton. A game that they could win. Definitely could win. So, did you know? Do we have anything here? We don't have anything here yet. But, let me see if we have anything elsewhere. Everton. Let me share this with you. Let me definitely share this one with you, and we'll get back over here. Give you guys a little visual there. Everton are winless in their last 3 home games against Newcastle, drawing 2 and losing 1. Losing this exact fixture 2-0 last season. They've not lost consecutive league games at Goodison Park against them since a run of 3 between 1958 and 1960. Newcastle have lost just one of their last 6 league games against Everton, winning 3 and drawing 2, and are looking to win 3 in a row against the Toffees for the first time since December of 2002. Everton won their final league game in both 2019 versus Newcastle and 2020 versus Sheffield United, last winning their last game in 3 consecutive calendar years between 1984 and 1986. Very unlikely, right? As a Premier League side, Newcastle have won their final league match in just one of their last 16 calendar years. Damn, drawing 3 and losing 12. Not good. Though that victory was against Everton in 2014. Ooh. 3 of Everton's 4 Premier League home wins this season have seen them concede the first goal in the match, including their 2-1 victory against Arsenal in their last match at Goodison Park. So it gets to the point where I let you know my prediction here. Just get back over here and give you guys some more stuff to look at. The form guide for both clubs. Both teams not in very good form. 1 win each across the last 5, 3 draws and a draw. Pretty similar. Picking up a draw in their last game and a loss in the previous one. One of these teams would want to light that up in bright green. Who is it going to be? Guys, there's a lot of uncertainty over this game for me. I think neither one of these teams really take the game by the scruff. Everton more, Newcastle more likely to sit back. But with Everton depleted, Newcastle do have a chance. Newcastle definitely got a chance, and what they did against them last season is testament to that. And what they did against United, coming off of that game, they would be very confident that they could pull this off against Everton, who have been struggling this season for sure. I don't want to go very long here because I don't even know who's going to feature because of the uncertainty over the coronavirus. And hence the reason why I'm going to go for these teams to cancel each other out. 1-1 draw in my opinion, which would be another good result for Newcastle United. Another point towards safety. And for Everton, another point, towards getting back to their best form. I think both managers would be satisfied with that. But at the same token, both managers would be thinking that they could win this game. It's a game like that. It's not quite a 6-pointer, but 3 points for Newcastle would be absolutely massive in this one. I don't know who to... Listen, and hence the reason why I'm going for a draw here. I'm on the fence. I'm really on the fence. Everton, look at what they did against Chelsea. Newcastle, look at what they did against United. Very unexpected result, seeing the team that, they fielded. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I'm going to play it safe with that one. Definitely playing safe. 1-1 draw. So in terms of the next games coming up for these teams, for Everton, who are currently 15th, the next match would be against Brighton this Sunday. They got Hull in the Cup, Norwich, Aston Villa, and Newcastle again, then Leeds. They got some good games coming up. Very good games coming up, and this could be a period where they could actually pull things back and, who knows, try to get top 6 maybe? Maybe? Very unlikely, but you never know though. You never know. So, for Newcastle, who are 19th, still in the relegation zone, they got Southampton. So they got a few games, as I mentioned earlier, that they could win. Everton and Southampton are winnable games. The Watford game is a 6-pointer. The Leeds game and all the games they got coming up across the last 9 fixtures is how Newcastle could save their season. Newcastle could save their season in the next coming weeks. If they don't do it in January and February, they could kiss the Premier League goodbye. Au revoir, Premier League. Or however you say that in Arabic. You know what I mean? But big up to everybody in the stream. That's my thoughts on that game. Let me know yours. So, we got abnormal managers, all the best. Cuthbert, 2-1 to Everton. What else we got? What else we got, man, in terms of prediction? How is Brendan Rodgers still in a job? Never seen such a bottler manager. I know, right? I know, but he won the... What did he win? What did they win again last season, though? The FA Cup, right? And he got the Community Shield. So, that's keeping him in a job. He's been overachieving at Leicester. Come on. Come on. Leicester's been overachieving. Good on you, Brandon. You know, maybe he'll be the next Manchester United manager, you know what I mean? And we'll all have a laugh when he bottles things over there. So, we got 50 people up in the house right about now. Appreciate everybody in here. But we do not have 50 likes. We need 18 more to hit 50. So, if you're in here and you haven't yet liked the video, please do so. Appreciate everybody who turned out. Take the time to turn out today. So, what we got, man? What we got? Mr. Revix, Dom, how many goals do you think Salah will score in the Prem this season? That's a tough question. That is a tough question. But with the fact that he has 15 already, he'll miss a few games in January, maybe February. And then he might have around, let's say, 15 to 17 games. Let's say about 15 games. Let's say Salah has 15 games left this season. I don't think he's going to score 15 more. I say Salah get 26 goals this season. 26 goals this season. For Liverpool fans, they will be hoping that he gets 30-something. But remember, when he did score 33 in the 2017-18 season, Liverpool came in fourth. So it doesn't really matter. Just an individual accolade. But maybe 26. Maybe 26. Maybe 26. Raz is saying 29. Big up to Wade Nelson in the house. What else we got? Guys, if you have any predictions on Salah, let me know. Salah will probably get to 25. We got 36 games he'll probably play. No, he won't play 36. I don't think he'll play 36 games. I don't think so. Wade Nelson, 24. Kane will come good. Expect him to get close to 30. 80 Booth, what are you on, bro? What are you on? What are you on? Whatever you're on, bro, let me get some. 36? You gotta be kidding me, Qatar. What are you on, Qatar? Patrick Guerra says 25. Big up to you, Patrick. And guys, we're gonna move into the next game pretty soon. I'm going to move into that one. And let's talk about a big one. A bigger one. A big team. Let's talk a big team. Manchester United versus Burnley. After what we've seen there against Newcastle, man, Burnley, they're probably rubbing their hands right now. Can't wait for this game to play. And the game is coming up in 2 days, 16 hours. Burnley are ready for Old Trafford. Let me just send a message. Let me send it out there clear. Let me announce it. They're ready. Everybody's ready. Look at what Liverpool went to Old Trafford and did. Look at what Man City went there and did. Oh man, it's a laughing it's funny. It's laughable. Laughable, man. Ralph, thought you had it under control, bro. What's going on? What is going on, Ralph? Ralphie! I thought you had it under control. Apparently not. Apparently not. So, look, for United, last game a 1-1 draw against Newcastle. For Burnley, an impressive 0-0 draw against West Ham United. What happened the last time Manchester United and Burnley met each other, you may ask? 3-1 win for United. and a 1-0 win for United last season. They did the double, but Burnley did pick up a rare win at Old Trafford the previous season, January 22nd of 2020, a 2-0 win. They even kept a clean sheet in that game. Goal scorers, Chris Wood and Jay Rodriguez. Starting 11 for United, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire. Phil Jones started. De Gea in goal, Fred Matic, Brandon Williams, Andreas Pereira. One matter, doesn't really matter much. Anthony Martial, who's looking to leave, and Dan James. What a team that was. No wonder they lost that game. With Greenwood, Lingard, and Shaw coming off the bench. And of course, it was Ole at the wheel. Oh man, disastrous. After that, they did manage to sign Bruno Fernandes later that month. And then things kind of took a change. You know what I mean? The fortunes did get a lot better. But for Burnley, though, in the 14 all-time Premier League games against United, they only have 2 wins. They would look to channel the energy from those 2 wins when they meet United in a couple of days. United do have 8 wins and 4 draws. And at Old Trafford, 7 matches, 3 wins, 3 draws, and a win for Burnley. Burnley do play well at Old Trafford. 7 visits to Old Trafford, and they have avoided defeat on 4 occasions. I got to give it to Burnley here. Big up to the boy Sean Dyche, who will be meeting Ralph Rangnick in a match for the first time. Look, in 12 matches against United, he has 1 win, 4 draws, 7 losses. But he won't be looking at that L section. He'll be forgetting about that, putting that behind him. He'll be looking at the games that he drew and where he won and looking to draw, inspiration from those. Look, players to watch. For United, I don't even know. It got to be David De Gea. Bruno Fernandes will be suspended. Cristiano Ronaldo seems like, I don't know what's going on with him. He could pop up at any time. Marcus Rashford's look good in patches. Cavani just coming back from injury. Jadon Sancho was Jadon Bencho once again. Danny Van de Bench once again. McFred in the middle. That could be broken up for this game. It got to be David De Gea. He has been their savior. I actually thought it was Cristiano Ronaldo, Man United's Lord and Savior this season. It's De Gea. I got it wrong. I do get it wrong sometimes. I do. I really do. So look, in terms of availability here, from what I got, we have Victor Lindelof out with coronavirus. Anthony Martial won't feature, pretty sure. He wants to leave ASAP. Pogba has been out. Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka has been bench warmers. They could come back into the fold, though. Juan Mata missed the last game, wasn't in the squad. But Phil Jones is in the squad, guys. Just make note of this. The legendary Phil Jones, who's 29 these days, he's in the squad. Get Phil Jones on the field. I'm lobbying to get Phil Jones on the field. Guys, sign the petition. Let's get Phil Jones on, man. Come on. Let's get him on. It's important. It's imperative that we get him on the field. He might actually be involved in an FA Cup game coming up, seeing that there's been injuries for the defenders. And if he's getting paid, you got to play him, man. Come on. What are you guys doing? Cavani fit again. Bruno Fernandes suspended. Scott McTominay will be a doubt for this game. For Burnley, Maxwell Cornet could be involved again, said Sean Dyche. Dale Stevens back in training. Ashley Barnes is recovering. And Connor Roberts would continue to be out. One of their newest signings. Do we have anything? I don't think we have anything here. Of course we don't. You know what I'm saying? The Premier League, not quick enough to update that section. But that's their form guide. United have been in okay form under Ralph Rangnick. 3 wins and 2 draws across their last 5. And for Burnley, not bad at all. And seeing that they do have 4 games in hand, they would actually, take some hope from that they could actually pick up some valuable points and get out of the relegation zone. So, in terms of some insights here, guys, I'm going to share some insights with you as I do for every single match preview. And guys, remember, these are deep dives. These live streams are deep dives, okay? I do get into depth. It does take a long time. If this is not for you, it's not for you. But we're going to take our time and we're going to get into the nitty-gritty here. Manchester United have lost just one of their last 13 Premier League games against Burnley, winning 8, drawing 4, going down 2-0 at Old Trafford in January of 2020. 60% of Burnley's Premier League points against United have come at Old Trafford, 6 out of 10 with 1 win and 3 draws. In Premier League history, only Cardiff, 75%, and West Bromwich Albion with 67%, and Crystal Palace with 64%, have won a higher share of their points against Man United away from home. Man United are unbeaten in their final league game in each of their last 9 calendar years, winning 6 and drawing 3, since a 3-2 loss against Blackburn at Old Trafford in 2011. Burnley have lost their final league game in just 1 of their last 8 calendar years, winning 4 and drawing 3. Though that defeat did come against Manchester United in 2019, a 2-0 loss. Man United have kept just 1 clean sheet in their last 13 Premier League home games, shipping 22 goals in the process. However, that clean sheet did come in their last such game at Old Trafford, a 1-0 victory against Crystal Palace earlier this month. So it comes to the part where I let you guys know my prediction, right? Guys, listen, man. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, right? Look, Burnley have not played for a while. It's very hard to analyze Burnley right now. But what we do know is Burnley will be coming with vengeance. They will be coming hard. They would be well rested. Those players who weren't affected by injuries or coronavirus will be well rested. Few players will be getting back into the squad as well, recovering. And they will be raring to go. They love to play at Old Trafford, the theater of nightmares. It's been renamed by me and a lot of other people, you know what I mean? After what we saw against Newcastle today, guys, I don't know if I could predict United to win, man. I keep predicting these guys to win. I don't know if I could predict them to win. I don't think they're going to lose the game. But when you think about Burnley, a team who likes to set up with a low block, me, Tarkowski, if these guys are fit, you have Charlie Taylor, Lowton, all these guys could, you know, get really compact with Nick Pope at the back. It's going to be a difficult team to break down. Burnley could be a difficult team to play right now. And the way Man United have played, the penetration lacking, no Bruno Fernandes to provide those through balls, those crosses, that little bit of magic that you need. Ronaldo's not going to make things on his own. He's not going to do that. He needs service. It's going to be a difficult game for United. I think they could win the game narrowly, but I just cannot do that. It's illogical for me to actually predict a United win after what we saw today against Newcastle, another team in the relegation zone. I'm going for Burnley to get a draw. I'm going for Burnley to get a draw here. And this is not because I'm a City fan and I don't like United or whatnot. United are not convincing me that they're going to beat Burnley after what I saw against Newcastle. They're not. Maybe if the result against Newcastle was a W, then yeah, of course. Of course, you say, okay, Ralph Rangnick's doing his thing. I don't think they'll lose the game. Burnley do not have the penetration right now in their team. But with Maxwell Cornet, a goal threat, I could see them getting something. I could see them getting something here. I can see them getting something. 1-1 draw, my final prediction here. Definitely my final prediction. Guys, take a look at Man United and their upcoming fixtures. After Burnley, they got Wolves, a very difficult team to break down. Ow! Aston Villa in the Cup, Aston Villa again in the league, West Ham, Burnley again February, and Southampton. They do have a nice fixture list for the upcoming match days. So it's up to them to actually get points or if they want to continue to embarrass themselves. We're going to take a look at Burnley right now before we do move on. And they're 18th right now. They got United. Then they got Leeds. That's a 6-pointer. Huddersfield in the cup. Leicester. Arsenal. United again. Liverpool. They got some tough games coming up. Let's just make that conclusion right now. But we know Burnley, they could definitely shock. They've beaten those teams recently. All of them. All of them. I'm pretty sure. I'm not looking at any stats right now, but I'm pretty sure they beat those teams recently. That's Burnley for you. Sean Dyche, very gritty. And look, we all expect him to grind and get Burnley out of this problem, right? We do. We definitely do. So that's my prediction. A 1-1 draw. Let me know yours, man. Let me know yours. Talk to me. Talk to me. Let me know your prediction. I will definitely appreciate that. We got 2-1 to United, says the boy Cuthbert McVeigh. What do we got here? Big up to Goran in the house. How are you doing, Goran? Let me see. Damn, they faced Villa twice at Old Trafford. Yeah, I know, man. Qatar, 1-1. 3-1 to United, says Steve. Gervais, when I think about Burnley, I think about dirty bathrooms and getting robbed. That ain't nice, bro. That's not nice. Guys, we need 7 more thumbs up to hit 50. Like up the video if you haven't yet done so. Chris Wood will bully Slabhead. Let's see. Let's see. I'm just not convinced by United, man. Rafa Varane, Harry Maguire, error-prone. If it wasn't for De Gea, these guys would have been in the bottom half of the table right now. Believe me. Believe me. And I'm not just saying that because it's United. It's facts. Facts. United players are clowns. Listen, tell me something that we don't know. It's all banter, guys. It's all banter. 2-0 says Patrick Guerra for United. 1-1 online school. 4-0. Big up to the boy Phil Jones in the house. Philip Jones equal Van Dijk. Wow. That's a good joke. What else we got here, man? Let me see. Any more comments? Guys, do appreciate everyone in the house right now, man. If you're not saying anything, shout out to you as well. If you're watching the replay, shout out to you. Remember, you could skip around by using the timestamps if I get them in time. But I usually do get them in. So, you know, that's just something added that I do for the people watching the replay. So, look. Varane runs like he has to take a shit. I love your sense of humor, bro. Love it. Love it, man. Love it. Having to take a shit is not a good feeling, though. When you're far from home and you have to run, not a good feeling. Let's put that one out there. Let us put it out there. Not a good feeling. But, guys, we have a lot of games to talk about. We have to keep it moving. And let's not delay this any longer. It's late. It's 10:57 local time. And it looks like I'll be here after midnight, right? And I gotta go right to bed when I'm done. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next game. And let's talk about the match between Watford and West Ham United. Watford versus West Ham United here. So just get that stat up on there and let's talk. London Derby. One of the lower profile London derbies. Let's talk about it, man. And guys, just so you know, Leeds versus Aston Villa postponed this week. And Arsenal versus Wolves will be postponed as well. I'll touch on those teams if I do remember. Guys, remind me to talk a little about Arsenal, Wolves, Leeds, and Aston Villa. Please do. Please do. You know what I mean? Somebody who's a mod, not maybe a member. I'll see the member easier on the screen that I'm looking at. So remind me to talk about those teams. So let's go again. Aston Villa. Watford versus West Ham. I don't know why I'm thinking Aston Villa. But look, before we do talk about this, big up to Mukhtar in the house for dropping the first super chat of the day. Big up to you, Mo. This is a season for giving. Thank you very much. £179. Who wins the Prem? Right now, I'll put my money on Manchester City. Man City. I'll put my money on Man City. Every time they top at Christmas, they've won. Pep Guardiola, very ruthless in his approach. I don't expect him to relinquish the top of the table anytime again this season. Not again. That's my prediction. If you don't like it, that's just you. You know what I'm saying? Listen. If you don't like it, that's you. Let me know what you think. Who do you think would go on to win the title this season? Thank you very much, Mr. Mo, for dropping a super chat and asking a very, very important question. At the beginning of the season, I wasn't brave enough to call it because I just wanted to be that observer. And I've observed enough. I think City's going to go back to back. Ridiculous, right? Ridiculous. Pep, 6th season in the league, and he's going to win 4? Damn. Damn, Pep. You're making a mockery of the Premier League. You need to stop. Making it a Farmers League, right? I know. So let's go. Watford versus West Ham United. Watford 1, Brentford 2 in their last game. West Ham 2, Southampton 3. These teams are coming off losses, and one of these teams, especially Watford, would fancy a win. West Ham needs a win to really up their morale. That definitely is low. And amongst the fans as well, I know the morale has to be low. Look at the form guide there for both teams. Look at West Ham, not very good form. And Watford, for sure, one of the worst form teams. One of the teams in the worst forms this period of the season. I can't talk, right? Where have the words gone? Don't know. Out of the freaking 10th floor. So, and that's not funny, man. Out of the 10th floor, that's not funny. I need to stop making those kind of jokes, man. But anyways, last season, or the last time they actually met, West Ham did a double over Watford, winning both games 3-1, and the previous one 4-1. Watford do have quite a bit of wins in their last 10 Premier League meetings against West Ham, winning 4 dating back to 2015, with West Ham also having numerous amount of wins, with 5 wins for West Ham and a solitary draw. So if you think this game is going to end in a draw, very, very, very unlikely. You look at the form there between the two teams, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about here. So, look. David Moyes versus Claudio Ranieri. This will be the 9th such meeting, and Moyes has only won once against a Ranieri team, picking up 1 draw and 6 L's, while Ranieri with the opposite of the record with 6 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. His record against West Ham is so-so, 13 games, 6 wins, 2 draws, and 5 losses. But David Moyes against Watford has been superior. 11 games, 7 wins, 2 draws, and only 2 losses. All-time Premier League result, head-to-head. 14 matches, 7 wins for West Ham, 5 wins for Watford, and 2 draws. It's been pretty even. Home games at Vicarage Road for Watford. 7 matches, 2 wins, 2 draws, and 3 losses. Players to watch for both teams here. For Watford, if he is available to feature, if he doesn't have coronavirus, I'm going to go with Emmanuel Dennis, the Nigerian international. I haven't taken a look at the Nigerian squad as yet for the African Cup of Nations. And I don't know if he's in the squad, to be honest. I really don't know. So I have to take a look at that one to see if he's in the squad. But I haven't taken a look at the AFCON squads as yet. But he will definitely be a big miss if he goes to the African Cup of Nations. So I'm going to take a look at the squad really quick. And it's not even updated for Wikipedia. So yeah, The manager was recently sacked, right? Gernot Rowe was recently sacked, I think. Nigeria, right? Yeah, definitely recently sacked, and let's see what happened, though. Anyways, let's not get too off tangent, but Emmanuel Dennis has been the best player this season for Watford, especially in the absence of Ismail Assar, another stalwart from the continent of Africa, Senegal, the Lions of Teranga, to be exact. So let's see what Emmanuel Dennis does here against West Ham. He would fancy playing against the Hammers, seeing that the defense is not in the best shape right about now, and they do play an open brand of football. Player to watch, West Ham United have gone with Jared Bowen, the former Hull City man. Was in great form in the championship. West Ham picked him up, and he's put on some stellar performances since he joined the Hammer a few seasons ago. So Jared Bowen has been very, very instrumental in what West Ham surged this season, and even in the games where they didn't pick up the positive results, he was the man to really make things tick. So let's keep an eye on Jared Bowen. Notes for Watford in terms of player availability from what I got. Francisco Sierralta, the Chilean international, is back fit again. That's a big boost. Ben Foster will train soon, which means that Daniel Bachmann will continue to be the number one goalkeeper so far. Ismail Assar continues to be out. Christian Kabasele, the Belgian, will be out as well. Peter Etebo, Nigerian, out. Nicholas Nkulu, the Cameroonian international, would miss. And Quadoba, the youngster, would be out as well. Where's the boy Quadoba, man? Quadoba, he's not even in the list there, but he'll be out. Look, we haven't seen enough of Ashley Fletcher this season. Just want to point that out. These guys need to step up. Guys like João Pedro, Ashley Fletcher, and Chuko Hernandez have all contributed, you know, in little bits and pieces. But they need to step up like the boy Emmanuel Dennis. Watford, it looks like a team that could struggle during the, you know what I mean, the African Cup of Nations. Yeah, Quadoba is right there. He's a German. Especially with Dennis leaving. Imran Louza will leave as well. And if you go down further, Adam Massina, I did see these two guys in the Moroccan squad. William Chustit Ikang, pretty sure he'll be in the Nigerian team. And that might actually be a very good thing for them because he has been absolutely rubbish, if you ask me. For the most part. For the most part. For West Ham, Angelo Agbana, Kurt Zuma, out long-term. Aaron Cresswell has been struggling, but most of the injured players are fit again. But Declan Rice, a key figure, will be suspended for this game. I don't know if Mark Noble is going to be the replacement here or if they're going to go with an Alex Krall in the middle or maybe with a player like Lanzini who could play a box-to-box role. I don't know who they're going to go with. But I think it might be Mark Noble to just get that captaincy, you know, figure and that experienced man in the middle of the field there as well. So that's what I have in terms of updates. I don't think we have anything over here. Yeah, we do. We do. They updated this one. Did you know? Did you know? Watford can finish 3 consecutive calendar years with victory for the first time since 2012. Emmanuel Dennis has been directly involved in 9 goals in his last 7 Premier League matches for Watford, 5 goals and 4 assists, having a hand in 64% of the goals the Hornets have scored in these games, with 9 out of 14. West Ham have won their last 3 Premier League matches against Watford, netting 10 goals in the process. The Hammers had only scored 9 goals in their previous 9 outings against the Hornets in the competition, winning 2, drawing 2, and losing 5. Watford have lost 4 of their last 5 Premier League home league matches, winning 1, as many as they had in their previous 15 at Vicarage Road. West Ham have lost 3 of their last 4 Premier League away matches, as many as they had in their previous 17 on the road. So we know the type of form that West Ham are in right now. Not very good. Darren England will be in charge. I don't like the fact that they didn't mention nothing about a London derby of, anything here. They should have actually mentioned something when it comes to London derbies. Look, prediction time. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of finding out what West Ham did in their last couple London derbies, but I'm very, very tempted. Last one they played in the Carabao Cup, they lost to Tottenham. Then they lost to Arsenal as well recently. They did beat Chelsea. Thanks for doing that. Just want to put that out there. Thank you very much. Hope you could do it again soon. They defeated Tottenham as well. So they haven't done bad. They did lose to Brentford. So it's been a mixed bag of results in the London derbies this season. As for Watford, in their London derbies, I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but yeah, I'm tempted. They recently lost to Brentford, lost to Chelsea, they lost to Arsenal. Not good. You get the point. You see a pattern developing there. You really see. Lost to Tottenham, and they did beat Crystal Palace early on in the Cup, and that has been their only win in the London derbies this season. The first day of the season, they lost to Palace. So London derbies, they have not been good. But what's going in their favor is that this team is well rested. Watford has 3 games in hand right now. And they haven't played any European football. West Ham has been a busy team. Depleted team because of injuries as well. Key figures in the team injured. They're missing Aaron Cresswell big time. Ogbonna and Zuma were the first choice defenders as well. Craig Dawson and Diop didn't look good in the last game. They didn't against Southampton. They really didn't. I think there's a window of opportunity for Watford, who are just outside the relegation zone, where points are very points are important all the time, but it's paramount for them right now that they pick up 3 points. It's not going to be easy. They themselves are dealing with a lot of injuries to key players as well. But Ranieri and Watford need a win badly. That's 4 losses in their last 4. At least stop the bleeding. At least stop the bloodshed. Stop the redness. There's too much red there. Look here. Too much red. And this is not, we're not talking about Liverpool or Man United where it's a good thing if it's a lot of red, right? And I don't mean L's. I just mean a lot of red. This ain't a good thing for Watford. But I could see this being a very open game of football where West Ham likes to take the game to the opponent and Watford, a team who also likes to do the same. I think Watford has a slight edge here. And the reason why I'm saying that is because West Ham's form has been quite indifferent across the last 2 months. The win against Chelsea and the win against Liverpool were just rare golden nuggets within that period. And when you look back at all the games they've played recently, I'm surprised they won those games, right? You see what I'm saying? Like, you draw to Brighton, you draw to Burnley, you lose to Arsenal, you lose to Southampton, but you beat Liverpool and Chelsea. Like, West Ham, you're confusing. You're really confusing. Watford as well recently picked up a big win against United, as you could see there. And then they got a very hard run of fixtures against Leicester, Chelsea, and City. Lost all of them. Lost to Brentford after scoring first. And it's been downhill since that United win. Guys, look, I'm going for a draw. I'm going for a high-scoring 2-2 draw here. I've been predicting West Ham to win their games, and West Ham, you've let me down. Really let me down. I can't predict you to win this one. It would not make any sense. It won't. Watford 2, West Ham 2. My final prediction for this fixture. Let me know yours in the chat. We'll definitely appreciate that one. So for Watford, their next game will be another London derby against Tottenham before they play Leicester in the FA Cup third round. And they got Newcastle, 6-pointer, Norwich, 6-pointer, and then they play West Ham again in February. So for West Ham, the Irons, come on, you Irons. Could you iron out your form right now? After the London Derby against Watford, they will play another mini London Derby against Crystal Palace. Then they got Leeds United twice, once in the cup, once in the league. So that's my thoughts. Let me know yours. Big up to everybody in the chat right about now. What's your prediction, guys? Talk to me. We hit 50 thumbs up. Do appreciate that. Much love, much respect to everybody in the house right about now. Johnny Long's in here. Big up to King Huddle. Says, come on, you Spurs. In Don Conte, we trust. Look, I'm a kind of person that talks a lot of shit about Spurs, but the shit talking has to stop. They've been looking good. I got to start calling them Tottenham Hotspurs again, right? Just going to keep it real. Big up to Steve. Says, but West Ham will win with Antonio. 3-2, Antonio Benrahma and Fornals to score. Benrahma would be a miss for the AFCON as well. Emmanuel Dennis and King to score. Thank you very much, Steve. McVeigh, 2-1 to West Ham. Watford 1. Wet Spam 1. Wet Spam. I haven't had spam in a while. When was the last time you had some fried spam for breakfast with some toast? When? Wife, make me a spam sandwich, please. Thank you. Please and thanks. My wife made me a BLT earlier. Shit was a bomb. Look, online school 1-0 to West Ham. Raz, I will watch this one. Hopefully many goals. Yeah. Who else we got in the house? 80 Booth, bro. Big up to you. AFCON Cup really needs to F off every 2 years in the middle of the season. What is the point of it? Listen, let's show the African Cup of Nations some respect, please. You know what I mean? But yeah, I get it. I get it. In the middle of the season, yeah, I get it. I get it, right? I do. I don't like in the middle of the season tournaments at all. See, tournaments should be played outside the season. Yeah, I do believe that. But we do have a World Cup coming up in the middle of the season. They'll take a break for that one. Goran in the house. How are you doing, Goran? Let me see. Make sure I shout out everybody. Guys, you realize I make sure I come to my comment section, give you guys some shout outs, acknowledge your comments and everything. Very, very important. It does eat up a lot of time. If you go back and you check the live stream, I probably spent half hour doing that. Could reduce my time, but it's important that I talk to y'all. There won't be a show without you. Guys, our next like goal is 60. We need nine likes to get there. Smash up the thumbs up button. Do appreciate that. So we still got a good way to go in terms of the live stream. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to attempt to share the live stream out on my community tab to see if we could get more people up in the house right now. You know what I mean? Scrolling through YouTube, you see it, you join. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. And guys, what do you think about the graphics, man? I took listen, presentation, consistency. That's what I bring for you. Quality. You got the music, you got the lights, you got the camera, you got action, baby. So anyways, let's move on to the next game. Let's go. Let us go. Let us go. Let us go. We got quite a few matches to talk about. And let's move on to the game between Southampton and Tottenham Hotspur. I'm going to actually emphasize the hot part because these guys have been hot like fire. And if you know Aaliyah, the late, great Aaliyah, she had a song, Hot Like Fire, man. That song is bomb. Check it out if you're yet to hear that song. Very, very good. So, yeah. Southampton, Tottenham. This team's met a lot recently in cups and things like that. So, this will be a tricky one, definitely. Southampton could be a bogey team for anybody. So, yeah. West Ham 2. West Ham would know what I'm talking about. Southampton 3. Tottenham 3. Crystal Palace nil in that London derby. Comprehensive victory for the Lily Whites. What happened the last time Southampton and Tottenham met each other? Wins for Tottenham. Double last season. Fourth round of FA Cup. 3-2. And it was a replay. 1-1 in the first match. Southampton, however, do have 2 wins in their last 10 against Tottenham. 1 win in 2020, 1 win in 2019, and they could make it 3 years with three consecutive years they win over Spurs by picking up a win in this game. Is it possible? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Across their last 10 games, they do have 2 wins, 2 draws, 6 losses. 44 all-time Premier League matches here. 13 wins for Southampton, 24 losses, and 7 draws. Or for the Spurs fans, they do have 24 wins. Their home record against Spurs, 22 matches. They do, however, got 10 wins, which is very encouraging. 7 wins for Spurs and 5 draws. So Spurs do not perform very well when they visit St. Mary's Park and that old stadium. So look. Hasenhüttl versus Antonio Conte. This will be the first time these managers are meeting each other. But Hasenhüttl's record against Spurs, 2 wins, 4 losses, and a draw. And Antonio Conte in 5 games against Southampton, 5 wins. Pretty sure all those games came as Chelsea managers. Not managers. But yeah, Antonio Conte, fun fact for you, if you don't know, was the last Chelsea manager to win the Premier League as well. So all hail King Conte. The man has really transformed Spurs though. Big time if you ask me. So look, now that we covered all those, fun stats, you see the form, Spurs look good. Southampton, not bad at all. Not bad if you ask me. That win against West Ham was definitely huge. But now we get into the players to watch. Players to watch. For Southampton, James Ward-Prowse. What a player. I actually think if Southampton does survive the drop, even if they, let's say, I think they will survive, but James Ward-Prowse could be, I think Aston Villa came in for him this summer. He didn't leave. He could leave. I think James Ward-Prowse deserves. Listen, Southampton, no disrespect, but I think James Ward-Prowse deserves to be in a better team, man, where there's more consistency in terms of the players and the squad building and everything. And it's just like every time there's a little thing going on for him, somebody gets sold. You know what I mean? So you deserve better, bro. You deserve better. So I like to see him at a bigger club, putting in those free kicks. Maybe he could join Arsenal. That'd be, but maybe Arsenal are going the opposite direction though. But still, with youth. For Spurs, I'm going to go with Lucas Moura. I really, really like what he did in the last game. And he's been a very underrated player since he came over from Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah, guys, he used to play for PSG. And I think he could be consistent if he gets the starts. But he's always like in and out of teams, right? And you could recall when he scored a hat-trick against Ajax in the Champions League a few years ago to set up a meeting with Liverpool in the final. Should have been Ajax, but Lucas Moura had other ideas. And he didn't even start the final. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on. So big up to the Brazilian Lucas Moura. So, in terms of notes here, Southampton, Nathan Teller, Jack Stevens, and Lianco are all in isolation after contracting the coronavirus. Goalkeeper Alex McCarthy should remain out, with Fraser Foster back as the number 1. Sorry there. I forgot my words there a bit there. I think Willie Caballero was missing from the bench the last game. Harry Lewis, I think, was the backup. Caballero's deal is scheduled to expire early January. Don't know if they'll do an extension. They should. They should extend his deal to the rest of the year because of the coronavirus problem and injury problems with their goalkeepers this season. You don't want to let Caballero go and next thing, you know what I mean? You ain't got no goalkeepers and you got to put Harry Lewis in goal and then you can see 9 again. Yeah, that was a good joke right now. That was a good joke. That was a good joke. That was a good joke, man. I know. But in terms of their player availability, guys, anything could happen with the virus going around. Players could pick up knocks just before the match. But that's what I got so far. For Spurs, their squad is pretty fit right now with Christian Romero out maybe until January and Ryan Sessegnon suffering some injury setbacks lately. He'll be a doubt. Very fit squad at the moment, as I mentioned. And we have to be on the lookout for late absentees as well because of the virus or a knock or two in training or before their game. So do we have anything here in terms of insights? Yes, we do. Did you know that Antonio Conte can become the first Tottenham Hotspur boss to go unbeaten in his first 7 league matches? That's how well he's been doing. 7 games. 7, you know. 7. This is very big, man. This is big. Southampton have lost just once at home in the Premier League this season, winning twice and drawing 5. I honestly did not realize that's how well they've done at home, to be completely honest. I really didn't realize that. I know a lot of you guys didn't do that. Didn't realize that too. And that's why this section is called, Did You Know? Did you know? Oh, man. And they are unbeaten in their last 5 matches and St. Mary's winning 2 and drawing 3. They last had a longer unbeaten home run in the competition between March and October of 2016. I remember last season, they couldn't win a game at home, right? And they had a horrible 2021, by the way. So this is good. This is good stuff for Southampton. Positive and, encouraging things. Since their return to the Premier League in 2012, against no side have Southampton lost more matches in the competition than they have against Spurs, 13. Spurs striker Harry Kane have been involved in 16 goals in 11 Premier League starts against Southampton, 10 goals and 6 assists. Kane had a hand in all 5 of Spurs' goals in the 5-2 win at St. Mary's last season, scoring 1 and assisting each of Son Heung-min's 4 strikes. So, yeah, man. Yeah. Definitely, that's the thing. Could Harry Kane come good again? 5-2. 5-2 was the game last season at St. Mary's. Guys, it get to the point where I let you know my prediction for this one. I'm trying to talk like Antonio Conte, right? You know what I mean? The Italian accent, It's me, Dominico Conte. Look, guys, form guy there. Southampton, not bad. Spurs, very good. 7 games. Could be 7 games unbeaten for the boy Antonio Conte. And I'm afraid to say this, but Conte could actually win Tottenham something, their first trophy since the 2007-8 season, where they won the League Cup, right? They could win the League Cup. They could win the FA Cup. They won't win the Conference League. They're knocked out. They won't win the Premier League. I don't think they will. They won't. Yeah, they won't. But Conte could actually get Spurs that top 4 spot that they crave. Last season, they were only able to play 7th, where they ended up in the Conference League. You don't want to be in the Conference League. Imagine a team like United in the Conference League, right? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be there. Listen, guys, I know Southampton played well against West Ham, but that's West Ham. Spurs have a more pragmatic approach to games and a more pragmatic manager, where if he gets a goal or 2, he knows how to keep the goal or 2 and to go on to win the game and finish off games management. He knows how to manage games. That's a hallmark of Antonio Conte and his management style. Because what he did for Inter with the boy Romelu Lukaku, Lautaro Martinez and co, Marcelo Brozovic and co, Handanovic and co. Look, I don't think he's gonna replicate that this season for Spurs, and who knows what he'll do in the future. But Conte has these guys looking good. He got them looking good. Southampton, I think you got a little momentum with the Crystal Palace and the West Ham game unbeaten in those games. But you're going to hit an unstoppable force right now in Tottenham. Because they're looking like an unstoppable force under Conte. Even Kane is scoring again. Lucas Moura, diving headers and things like that. You see what I'm saying? Everyone's involved. Everyone has a new lease on life. The squad morale is high as it's ever been. Mount Kilimanjaro type high. And sky's the limit for Spurs. Can't believe I'm saying all these good things about Spurs while I was talking so much shit about them early on in the season. But that's the nature of analyzing football games and analyzing football. You know, we football fans, we are like that. Fickle. You see what I'm saying? Guys, Southampton are a dangerous team, but I see no other result but a Tottenham win. Clean sheet, 2-0. My final prediction. Let me know yours in the chat. Do appreciate it. That was one hell of a speech about Tottenham, right? I know. For them, their next game would be a London derby against Watford. Then they got Chelsea in the EFL Cup semis twice, sandwiching the FA Cup game against Morecambe. And then the North London derby on January 16th. The derby against Chelsea on the 23rd. And then they got Southampton again February 9th. So let me know your thoughts on Spurs. For Southampton, they're 14th right now, 20 points. Good win in their last match against the Hammers. They got Newcastle coming up, a game they fancy their chances again. You know, their chances in. Swansea in the Cup, Wolves, and Man City, Tottenham, United to round off the next game. So that's my thoughts. I mean, yours. Do appreciate everybody in the house right about now. We got some big games to talk about coming up. Don't go nowhere. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button if you're yet to do so. It's 11:32 p.m. local time. And how much more time we got up in here? We got the game between Chelsea and Brighton to talk about. The match between Brentford and Manchester City. And the Liverpool versus Leicester game. We got 3 more to go. We haven't done too bad. An hour 47 minutes. We're looking good. So I won't waste no more time. Big up to everybody in here right now. Oh man, what is going on upstairs right there? My boy Liam is... I don't know why his mom bought him this little trampoline thing for him to jump around on. But that's what he's doing right now. You know. R.I.P. to our heirs. So look. 3-2 the Spurs. I don't think they concede so many goals. Spurs will aim for 4th and the trophy this season. King Huddle. What else we got here, man? 2-0 to Spurs, says Raz. Southampton 1. Tottenham Hotspurs 2. Son and Kane. What else we got here, man? Online School 1-0 to West Ham. Okay. All right, we're going back to the West Ham predictions. Guys, let me know your predictions for this game. If you don't have any more predictions, forever hold your freaking peace. So it's been a good show so far. I've been having fun. It's very difficult to stay consistent and to go to work, to make your wife happy and your kids happy and everything. It's hard. It's hard, I'm telling you. So like up the video for the consistency. Say something nice in the chat. You know, something motivational to keep me going. I don't think I need your motivation, but I motivate myself pretty much. But still, a little extra motivation isn't that bad. It's not at all. It ain't. So we're going to keep it moving though, Paloma, with the 3-1 prediction here for Spurs. Most people do fancy Spurs picking up the win in this game, and I could actually see them doing so as well. So let us move on. Let us definitely move on. Let's not waste no more time. I'm not saying we're wasting time, but you know, we got a lot more things to talk about. 3 more games that I think would take me about 45 minutes to talk about, right? 15 minutes each. Let's go. Let us go. And the next game that we're going to talk about is a match between Chelsea and Brighton and Hove Albion. This was the 9th ever Premier League meetings between the two teams. And Brighton there, as you can see, oh man, not a very, very encouraging stat. But look, it's a new day. And with a new day, there's always new opportunities, right? Right. I know the Chelsea fans will be saying, nah. So, look, for Chelsea, last game a 3-1 win over Aston Villa. For Brighton, a 2-0 win over Brentford. What happened last season between Chelsea and Brighton? Last game, a 0-0 draw back in April of 2021. And Chelsea did pick up a 3-1 win against Brighton. So, look, all-time Premier League results, 8 games, 2 draws for Brighton. They've managed 2 draws, and those draws came in their last 3 games. So, you've seen how they improve, right? 6 wins for Chelsea. So, Brighton never defeated Chelsea in the Premier League. And in all games, they are yet to defeat Chelsea as well. Dating back to 1967. 2 FA Cup meetings. A 1-1 draw and a replay, with Chelsea winning the replay 4-0. And Brighton have not scored a lot of goals during these meetings either. 22 goals for Chelsea, 4 goals for Brighton, with Eden Hazard being a top scorer in the tie. Jorginho with 2. And I'm pretty sure those 2 goals are penalties as well. Big up to the boy Jorginho in the house. You know what I mean? Keeps banging him in the back of the net from the penalty spot for fun. Yeah. You talk about Penaldo, you talk about Pessi, you talk about Penandes. Let us talk about Jorginho. Please, never ever forget to mention Jorginho in the future, okay? This will be the second meeting between Thomas Tuchel and Graham Potter. The first one ended in a draw. Record against Chelsea for Potter, 2 draws, 2 L's. And for Thomas Tuchel, 1 game against Brighton, 1 draw. Home games for Chelsea, 3 wins and a draw. And in terms of players to watch here, I chose to go in with the big Romelu Lukaku. And the reason why I went with him, he got back to his goal scoring form in the last game against Aston Villa. Got brought down for a penalty that I was surprised he didn't take. And he didn't score since September. So, you know what I'm saying? I thought he, when Wyclef's have that song, Gone Till November. He was actually gone till December. So, yeah. 115 million euros, I think the fee was for him. And they haven't got the return. He's been injured. He's got coronavirus. I think there's been some ill discipline there for Romelu Lukaku. 12 appearances so far, 4 goals and 1 assist. Not bad. 1 goal every 3 games, not bad. But you could do better when you brought in for 115 million euros, right? Right. So let's see if he continues his goal scoring form. And let's see if he'll start the game this time around. For Brighton and Hove Albion, player to watch, Leandro Trossard. He did get a knock in the last game, but I don't think it would be enough to keep him out of this one. And he's that Brighton player that has that magic in him, though. He got pace, he could dribble, and he's just very, very skillful. He's a Belgian, so I won't be surprised if Trossard gets a move to a more prestigious club in the future as well, if he continues to play like this. But he has to be a bit more consistent, in my opinion. The consistency is definitely needed. So for Chelsea, guys, take a look at the squads here. Ben Chilwell has been out with injury. N'Golo Kante is a doubt, coming off injured in the last game. Thiago Silva, the same. Kai Havertz and Timo Werner missed the last game, and they are both a doubt for this one as well. Let's see if the Germans are involved in this game. So for Brighton, Yves Bissouma back from suspension. Lewis Dunk would remain out. He's the captain. Joel Veltman would be a doubt for this one. Aaron Connolly and Jurgen Locadia missed the last game, and these guys have been MIA all season for Brighton. So Tariq Lamptey will be coming up against his old team here. That'll be a interesting one. He'll have a lot to prove, and him and Mark Cucurella would be key. These guys have been very, very good down the flanks this season as well. Dan Burn would come in handy. Shane Duffy should be available again after I think he was out for suspension, so he should be out. He should be available again. And Adam Webster has been, featuring lately at the back there for Brighton and Hove Albion. Neil Maupay back in the team, back scoring goals. They do have a lot of really good players in their team. Jakob Moder has been seeing a lot of game time lately. And let's see if Danny Welbeck could come off the bench and do something here as well. So, look, Brighton, very impressive this season. Only lacking that cutting edge and that sharpness in the final third, if you ask me. This is not a bad time to play Chelsea, right? Even though Chelsea are coming off of a win, they could go back to their previous form where they were drawing games. It is quite a possibility. It is a possibility. Do we have anything in terms of insights here? Yes, we do. Did you know? Chelsea have never lost a league match against Brighton and Hove Albion, winning 10 and drawing 2 of their 12 meetings. It is the most the Blues have faced an opponent without ever losing in their league history. Having lost 8 of their first 12 Premier League trips to London, drawing 2 and winning 2, Brighton have lost only 3 of their last 13 visits to the capital in the competition, winning 2 and drawing 8. They're the draw kings of the league, guys. You should know that. Jorginho has scored 10 Premier League penalties in 2021, a record in a single calendar year in the competition. The man's name is literally Jorginho. Meanwhile, of players to have netted at least 10 Premier League goals, the Italian has scored the highest share from the penalty spot, 89%, 17 out of 19. Chelsea are just lucky with the pens, man. Really lucky with the pens. Really lucky. They should just write a few books, man. They're just a lot of pens. If you get that little dad joke, man, you know what I mean? Sorry if it's dry and boring, but at least I tried. Brighton have lost just once away from home in the Premier League this season. Wow, that's a great record. That's why this section is called Did You Know? I wasn't aware. Maybe I knew, but I wasn't aware. Winning 2 and drawing 5, but are winless in the last 6 matches on the road. Mike Dean would be in charge of this game. And guys, look, man. Look, for my prediction, Chelsea need to continue their momentum. Whatever momentum they got in the last game there, they need to continue. Or else they could lose pace with Liverpool and Manchester City. And not only could they lose pace, they could get caught by the likes of Arsenal and Tottenham. And you don't want that. Fellow London clubs, you don't want that. You really don't. You don't. Where's this game heading? Brighton, as we know, very impressive. Good on the ball. A lot of lateral movement and backwards movement. Goalkeeper Robert Sanchez is very good. This could be Mendy's last game before he heads on to the AFCON. Not sure if he'll feature in the Liverpool game that's coming up on the weekend. But let's see. Let's keep our fingers crossed with that one. This is a key period for Chelsea. They got some big games coming up, and every win from now till then, very important in this period. Chelsea can't afford to slip up against Brighton. They can't. They've been slipping up way too often this season. And even though the record is 0 wins out of 8 Premier League games, Brighton do have 2 draws. You see? And 2 out of the last 3 games have been draws. So Brighton are more than capable of doing the business and getting a point. And a point against Chelsea, if offered at the beginning of the season, Brighton would take that. But guys, I don't fancy Brighton winning this game. I could see Chelsea actually getting their act together. It could go in a way where Brighton do get a point, because N'Golo Kante has definitely been an influence on the team since he returned from injury. And his absence could be a problem, but Kovacic has really looked good this season, even when he came back from injury. I think with Chelsea, they got to have some kind of consistency with their 11. Defenders are going down. Defenders are going to contractual situations. So there's little problems around the club that needs to be ironed out, right? You know what I mean? But I do fancy Chelsea winning this game by 2-0. I think there'll be a little too much for Brighton, and Brighton would find it very difficult to break down this Chelsea team. Like they find it difficult to break down every team. You know what I'm saying? And they themselves are not a team that you could just run through and, you know, push aside. But I think Chelsea would have enough in the tank on the day to pick up a 2-0 win, and that's my prediction here. 2-0 for the Blues, and the Seagulls would lose yet another game this season. They haven't lost a lot, but they lose this one, in my opinion. Brighton are 9th, 23 points. After the Chelsea game, they got Everton, West Brom in the FA Cup, Crystal Palace, Leicester, and Watford. Some good fixtures coming up for the Seagulls there. And Graham Potter would look to work his magic, get something from Chelsea, but Tuchel, listen, the man's been very stoic in the dugout lately. He means business, and he can't afford to lose pace with Liverpool and City. So definitely, I think he would want to continue winning. After the Brighton game this Sunday, 11:30 a.m. local time, New York time, Chelsea take on Liverpool. Last game between these two teams, a 1-1 draw. Chelsea, Liverpool, as a City fan, I love this game because I know one of these teams are going to drop points. It will be even better if both of them drop points. And then Chelsea got Tottenham twice in the Cup, Chesterfield in between, and then Manchester City, January 15th, save the date. Tottenham, January 23rd, save the date. It's going to be a very tricky period for Chelsea coming up in the next 4 weeks. All the best. All the best to both teams. That's my thoughts. Let me know yours in the chats. Big up to the boy Mike. Finally caught Dom live. Big up, bro. 3-0 to Chelsea. Thank you very much. Bojo the Brexit beast. Brighton can get surprising result. I do believe that. Lukaku ain't been it this season. Not at all. Not at all. Mr. A. Chelsea are aiming to win the golden boot for Jorginho. Pretty much. Jorginho, man. Jorginho, okay? Pardon me with that one, but Jorginho. Guys, if you have any predictions for this one, drop it in the chat. King Huddle, 2-0 to Chelsea. Steve, Chelsea should take them Brighton since big Lukaku, big Belgian back. All right. Guys, check out Michael Talks Football. He does talk football. So if you like talking football, check out his channel. Guys, we got 5 more likes to get to 60 thumbs up. Smash up the thumbs up button. Don't be shy. It doesn't cost you a thing. And I will definitely appreciate that. 5 more to 60. We could make it happen. Let us move on, though. Let us move on. I would like to wrap this up in the next half hour. It's late. I got to get to work in the morning, and I'm running on very little sleep. So let's land the plane and talk about the next game. And that game is the game between Brentford and Manchester City. Guys, I'll try not to be too long-winded with this one, because we do have the Liverpool match, Leicester, to talk about. That one is a bigger one in my opinion, and we don't want to, I don't want to, I don't want to piss people off right now by gloating too much about City. You know what I'm saying? I did enough of that yesterday, so this is just a preview of the game coming up against Brentford, newly promoted Brentford. First ever Premier League match between these two teams here as well. So, Brentford versus Manchester City. Brentford lost their last game 2-0 versus Brighton and Hove Albion. And as for Manchester City, 6-3 against Leicester. Previously, a 7-0 against Leeds. Yeah, I know. This is not the right time to play City if you're Brentford. Not the right time at all. Coming off of that game against Brighton where they didn't look too good. Yeah, this ain't the right time to play City at all, man. So you really gotta feel. You gotta feel for Brentford right now. But who knows, man? They did pick up a draw against Liverpool. They did beat Arsenal. Maybe they'll get something against City. Maybe. So, look. Brentford City. There's two fixtures. Second round of the Carabao Cup, EFL Cup back in 1989, where Brentford did beat City 2-1 in the first game, but Man City did bounce back with a 4-1 victory in the return fixture. The home game at that. Thomas Frank versus Pep Guardiola. This will be the first meeting. And this will be the first time both managers are managing against the respective teams. Thomas Frank, first game versus City. First game versus Pep. First time he's played against Brentford. So, 1 win apiece, as I mentioned in the all-time result. And Brentford's home record is an impeccable one. 1 match and 1 win. But this is a new stadium. Very new. And it will be a whole different situation. New era. New teams. And possibilities are endless, right? So to give Brentford a little optimism there. Players to watch for me. For Brentford, I'm going to have to go with the goalkeeper Alvaro Fernandez, 23-year-old Spaniard. They're on loan. He'll be a busy man. He will be a busy man. And that's why I say we got to keep an eye on him, because if he's able to pick off, pull off save after save and keep Brentford in the game, they do have a chance, especially on the counter-attack. Right? Right. For Man City, I'm going to have to go with a player who does not deserve enough credit, and that player goes by the name İlkay Gündoğan. İlkay Gündoğan, in the past, I didn't praise him enough. But every team needs a player like İlkay Gündoğan, that box-to-box type midfielder. And lately, Pep has given him the license to go forward at any given time. And he's been so instrumental in the way and influential in the way City have been playing. Their ruthlessness, his runs, his link-up play with the likes of Sterling, Mahrez, Bernardo, Kevin De Bruyne, Joao Cancelo, Phil Foden, Gabriel Jesus. It's a majestic player. Last season, look at how good he was last season. And he's been very good this season as well. Not as good as last season, but big up to the boy İlkay Gündoğan. German international there, deserves the credit. I could have went with anybody anyway, you know what I mean? But I chose to go with İlkay. So, for Brentford in terms of player availability that I have so far, David Raya out, Josh Da Silva, and Christopher Oya continue to be out. Zanka, that didn't come out good, right? Zanka, Matthias Jorgensen, he'll be out. Well, he's been out. He's a doubt. Charlie Good and Rico Henry are also doubts. Christian Norgard, I think he leads the tackling charts in the league. He's out suspended. And Brian Mbeumo is a doubt after coming off at halftime in their last game against Brighton. There's also the COVID situation as well that could further deplete this Brentford team. But let's see what happened. Let's see if they'll have enough players to play this game. Won't be surprised if this game actually gets postponed. But let us see, man. And big up to the boy Dominic Thompson, man. He should feature in the game. And it will be a very rude awakening in terms of Premier League football when he faces City. Ethan Pinnock, you too, bro. To tell the Jamaican brethren them that, yo, man, bro, me play against Man City over the weekend and it was a horror show. It was a horrible experience. That's what I'm hoping he says, right? That's what I'm hoping he says. Let's just keep it that way. So look, man, for Man City, Kyle Walker has been absent since the Champions League match versus RB Leipzig where he did get sent off. And he hasn't returned since. Let's see if he'll be featuring in the squad. Ferran Torres has left for FC Barcelona. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you, boy. Let me talk to you, boy. Where you at, boy? Chico, where you at? Bro, I was very excited for you when you came to City. Very, very excited, right? 28 Premier League appearances, 9 goals, 19 wins, 6 L's. The man performed well in his short period at Manchester City, 1 season and 4 games. He performed well enough as a young player that he could have actually had a very fruitful career. 21 years old. The next 5 years, Ferran Torres at Man City could have been majestic. He's a tapping merchant though, but still. But he decides to move on and go to Barcelona. And when teams like Barcelona and Real Madrid and Bayern and Juventus call, you usually go. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it 100. Even though they're going through what they're going through right now, you never know. They're going through a rebuild. And Ferran Torres could be instrumental to that rebuild under Xavi, right? So, I'm not mad at him. I'm not going to call him a snake. I'm not going to say any bad things about him. He is better for Spain than he is for City. He was for City. And I think he's played his last game for City already. He's done his medical, I think, today, if I'm not mistaken. And he's fit again. And he will be a Barcelona player. I'm not sad. Trust me, I'm not. I'll be okay. I'm just excited to see who's going to replace him. I've already seen the Brazilian Keke in the squad, so I like that already. So we could see a new player getting blooded. And Ferran Torres going on to Barcelona, where, you know, his career might actually go down the freaking drain. I'm just joking, though. That's just a joke. That's just a joke. You never know, man. You never know what he'll do for Barcelona, though. But, look, we only spent about 20-something million plus add-ons for him. Euros. We made a big profit. Thank you. And how Barcelona afforded him? Of course, they took out a big loan. And they could buy things. Just like how you and I could be in debt and we could still get a loan. Maybe from a lender with a high interest rate. And we could buy what we want. So all the best to Ferran Torres. And let's see who City actually signed as his replacement. So a lot of youngsters coming up that will be glad for the opportunity to fill in Ferran Torres' boots. So, yeah. Let's go back to the squad really quick. And some of those youngsters could be Luke Mbete that we've seen in the squad. He's a defender though. Egan Riley. There's Cole Palmer, who we've been seeing already this season. James McAtee, Romeo Lave, and you got the boy Keke. Samuel Edozie comes to mind, but the Keke is who I actually want to see. Keke, I want to see. Listen, I want to see that cake. You see what I'm saying? It's all about cake, and I'm excited to see what he's capable of doing. So look, insights. Do we have any insights here? Do we have any? All right, we do. Did you know? Man City have scored 112 Premier League goals in 2021. The last calendar year in which an English top flight side scored more was back in 1960 with Tottenham Hotspur netting 114 and Wolves 113 that year. Wow, Tottenham versus Wolves that year. So look, City with the last game of the year could actually break that record, right? Brentford have won half of their league matches against reigning top flight champions 5, drawing 3 and losing 2. But come on, guys, like including 2 victories against Man City in the 1937-38 campaign, right? Come on, man. Come on. Listen, that's 1937-38. Great Depression years. No, not relevant. Man City's Raheem Sterling has scored in each of his last 4 Premier League appearances, netting 5 goals in total. He has never scored in 5 consecutive matches in the competition. This could actually happen too. When playing the final league match of the calendar year at home, Brentford have not lost since 2005, winning 5 and drawing 3 of their last 8 such contests. There's a time for everything, right? David Coote will be the referee in charge of this game. And guys, it brings you to the part where I let you know my predictions here. All right. You could see goal scorers, Raheem Sterling, most goals for City. Gabriel Jesus, most assists and things like. All right, so come on, Dom. Let us know your prediction, man. It's late. Look. The way City have been playing, unbeaten in November, unbeaten in December, and like I predicted, this trend could continue. Brentford are not in the state that they want to be right now. I wish I had a form guide right here to show you right now, but we don't, right? We really don't, and I don't know why they don't have a form guide right now. We should have. We should have. But Brentford are 13th, City on top. 15 wins, 2 draws, 2 L's, and they've just been the superior team in the league this season. They've been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I can't find words to talk about this team. And I mean every single player. Every single player. Maybe with the exception of Jack Grealish. Dom, you got to drop a joke every time, man. You have to. Why you got to do that, man? Why you got to do Grealish like that? But look, just let's give Grealish some time, man. Let's give Grealish some time. You know what I mean? He'll come good eventually. He will. He will. You know what I'm saying? He's been a bad boy too, but he'll clean up his act eventually, man. He's still young, still having fun. You know what I'm saying? Young people just like to have fun, man. We know that. So, City with their form coming up against Brentford in their form right now. Brentford, 2 wins in their last 5, 2 draws, two losses and a draw. It's been inconsistent, very inconsistent. And before that period, they did go through a very bad period where they were just losing games for fun. Lost to Norwich, lost to Burnley, lost to Leicester, lost to Chelsea, and that was a horrible run for Thomas Frank, where I actually put them on relegation watch. The fact that Ivan Toney has really lost his form a bit. He does have good hold-up play. He's strong and everything, but he hasn't been scoring. Mbeumo is not 100% fit. Then you have Norgard absent with suspension. David Raya not in goal. You got Rico Henry not 100% fit. Listen, Brentford, look, if you come out of this game with less than 3 goals scored against you, you could count yourself very lucky, because this one could get very, very ugly, guys. This could get very ugly. City's Achilles heel is counter-attacking football. And if Brentford do not have the players with the speed to counter and get in behind, you might think about Tony or Johan Wissa, who could be involved. Mbeumo not 100. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see Brentford really competing. Watch Brentford go and, you know what I mean, do something great in the game. Watch. But look, I've been on point with my analysis of the team of City recently. And it's not that I'm bragging about the team. It's just I'm confident about the team and I've assessed the team right. And it's going to be another win to round off 2021. And I'm going for a 4-0 win, a resounding win. I don't know who Pep's going to play, but he could play anybody. I just hope he doesn't rotate too much and bring in like a Nathan Ake and John Stones at the back with Zinchenko at left back. You see what I'm saying? Some dumb shit like that. I just hope he doesn't do that. But Rodri should be involved again. I'm expecting Cancelo at right back. I think Pep should go strong here. But I think because of the frequency of the matches, he'll actually rotate, which I'm fine with, right? But don't rotate too much, bro. I think the rotation, I'm more comfortable with the rotation at the top end of the field. At the back, leave things a bit constant. If you want to go in with Zinchenko, Laporte, Diaz, and either Walker or Cancelo, or if you want to put Cancelo at left back, Walker at right back, if Walker is available again, Rodri in the middle, then you could switch up all the other players if you want. I don't mind. But the defense, I don't want you changing up and tinkering with the defense, though. Edison will be in goal, of course. 4-0 win for Manchester City and another L for Brentford. It could get uglier than that, but it's very unlikely that Brentford would actually get something from this game. What is the win probability here? 83% for City, a 12% draw, and 5% win probability for London club Brentford. So that's my thoughts. Let me know yours in the chat. So for Brentford after City, they do have Aston Villa on Sunday, Port Vale in the Cup, Liverpool coming up January 16th. For the reigning champions, Manchester City looking to go back-to-back for the second time in the last 5 seasons. After Brentford, they got Arsenal coming up on January 1st, New Year's Day. I'll be at work early that morning, making double time and a half, and watching my team hopefully spank Arsenal and teach them a lesson. Swindon Town in the Cup. Then the game against Chelsea coming up January 15th, where we hope to do the league double over Chelsea. And that's my analysis. Let me know your prediction in the chat. Guys, we do need 3 more thumbs up to hit 60. We'll definitely appreciate it if we do. And we got 1 more game to go, 12:06 a.m. It's after midnight. It's now the 28th of December, my time. I know for some of you guys who are watching in the wee hours of the morning, ain't got nothing else to do. It's already, what day is today? Tuesday. Supposed to be a long day for me too. I plan to do some OT at work. You know, I like to give you guys an inside scoop of what's going on in my life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't do that, but I like to do that just to keep you tethered. Okay? So talk to me, guys. Talk to me. We do have 1 more game to talk about, and that's the Liverpool-Leicester game. That's a huge one. And we should round things off in the next 20 minutes or so. Brentford 2, Man City 4, says Steve, Tony, and Wissa. Mahrez, KDB, Gundogan, and Foden to score. Everybody's been good, man. I don't want to name drop too much, but everybody's been good for City. Maybe with the exception of Grealish, right? Still stopped Liverpool winning the league as well Love Stonesy. Yeah, man. John Stones, man. That freaking goal line clearance. One for the ages. That's exactly what you're talking about. My memory ain't that good, but that's something I always remember. Robert Robinson in the house. Big up to you, City fan. Great business from City. I believe they are planning something big for the summer. Well said, Mike. Praise Asala. Says, remember, he was supposed to be a Liverpool player. You City people are a joke. What are you talking about? What do you mean? Torres? I never saw Torres linked to Liverpool, ever. Everybody gets linked to Liverpool and then go somewhere else. Anyways, what are you talking about? City are the best team in the world with only Bayern possibly at their level. And still, we can't win a Champions League. That's the thing that annoys the hell out of me, man. We need that Champions League, right? For us to get that respect. Brentford 0, City 5. What else we got, man, in terms of prediction? Brentford are good, but City are just dominating right about now. Indeed, indeed, indeed. And I did talk about that mad run that Man City could go on. Back sometime in November, I was talking about that. And City has won 9 games in a row. Ridiculous. Ridiculous, man. Tamil Moran, Liverpool, Van Dijk, Firmino, and Thiago will be back in the lineup. Yeah, bro. Know that. And we'll talk about that game right now. So 2 hours, 24 minutes. And we are about to land the plane finally. And yeah. Yeah, man. We'll be back for the roundup on Thursday. And it's crazy that, as it sounds, after the roundup, we have to do a preview again on Friday. The work never stops. This festive freaking period. Hurry up and done, man. Hurry up and done. Leicester City, Liverpool. Big game this weekend here. Big game. Both former Premier League champions coming up against each other. They recently met in the EFL Carabao Cup, and they really treated us to an entertaining game. Loved it. Loved it. Leicester going ahead. Liverpool coming back. Leicester ahead again, and Liverpool just, coming back from being 3-1 down. Amazing stuff by Minamino and Jota and the boy Corivine Kelleher, who was the goalkeeper on the night for the penalty shootout. So in the last game, Leicester got defeated 6-3 by the hands of Manchester City, while Liverpool, fortunately for the Liverpool fans, a 2-2 draw against a resurgent Tottenham Hotspur. Yeah, I'm calling them hot again, right? I know. So what happened the last time these two teams met? As I mentioned, they did meet in the Carabao Cup last week. But in terms of the Premier League, Leicester did defeat Liverpool the last time they met them, 3-1 at the King Power back in February of this year. The first match of the season last year, Liverpool with a 3-0 win. And before that, Leicester only managed a win in the last 10 back in the Carabao Cup in 2017. So, look, for the last Premier League win before the one last season, you have to go back to 2016-17 and 2015-16 when they won the title. And before that, you got to go back to 2001. So it's been a pretty one-sided fixture over the years. But let me give you a total record. 80 matches played, top flight and all competitions. 39 wins for Liverpool, 24 for Leicester, 17 draws. But in terms of the Prem de la Prem, 30 total matches, 8 wins for Leicester, 6 draws, and 16 wins for Liverpool. Home matches for Leicester. Not bad at home against Liverpool with 5 wins, 7 losses, and 3 draws. Not bad if you ask me. So, Brendan Rodgers, former Liverpool manager, coming up against his old team, almost won the title with Liverpool. Wow. Didn't happen though. People say that Brendan Rodgers is the biggest bottler of all the bottlers. Guys, do you actually agree with that? Should he actually start a bottling company or something? You know what I'm saying? Should he? But anyways, enough with the jokes. Enough with the dad jokes, man. Anyways, Rodgers versus Klopp. 6th game. Previous 5, he's only picked up 1 win that came last season. And Klopp with 4 wins. Against Liverpool, 7 matches, 2 wins, a draw, and 4 L's. Klopp against Leicester, 9 wins, 4 losses, and a draw. In terms of the players to watch here, for this game, I'm choosing to go with, for Leicester, James Maddison. James Maddison, I just want to put this out there. I know the Liverpool fans, do you agree with this one? James Maddison is a player I could actually see moving on to a club like Liverpool, Manchester City, or Arsenal, who he was linked to last season. Do you actually see this happening? Do you see a player like James Maddison joining Liverpool to be that creative force in the middle of the field? Just think about it for 1 second of how good he could be for you. Or maybe you're saying, man, we'll prefer Yuri Tillemans, right? Yeah, maybe, right? I think Liverpool fans would prefer Tillemans than a James Maddison. But look, just from somebody looking in from the outside, I think Maddison could add a lot to a team like Liverpool, who does at times lack that creative force in the middle of the field. And, you know, Liverpool fans may beg to differ, but that's just my opinion. For Liverpool, player to watch, I'm choosing to go with Diego Jota, who has been so consistent this season, following up on his solid 9-goal Premier League season last year for Liverpool, already scoring 10 this year. So you got to give it to Diego Jota. He just knows how to be at the right place at the right time, that striker's instinct, that killer instinct, and he is very, very reliable. And the reason why I went for Diego Jota is because Salah Mane would be absent and Liverpool would actually depend a lot on Diego Jota during the January, maybe February period in all competitions, right? There's cup games, there's league games as well. So look out for the Portuguese international, Diego Jota. For Leicester, Ryan Bertrand actually injured himself in the warm-up versus City. Chagla Soyuncu and Ricardo Pereira got injured versus Liverpool during a cup game. They are doubts. Johnny Evans have been out. He's a doubt as well. James Justin have been out on a long-term period. Patson Daka missed the last game. And he had Jamie Vardy, Boubakary Soumare, and Wilfred Ndidi all on the bench against City. I was actually surprised that none of those guys were actually involved, but I think that Rodgers were actually resting them for the Liverpool game after all those guys did feature in the Liverpool match during the week in the cup, right? And I think that may have been an error on his part by going too hard in the cup, doing well, but then faltering in the end. You know, it's probably coming back to bite him right now. So remember, there's coronavirus going around and players could be absent. Players that I'm not even mentioning on this list right now. Nampalys Mendy is also a player that have been missing for Leicester over the past few weeks. For Liverpool, Andy Robertson will be suspended after the red card he picked up in the Tottenham game. Thiago Alcantara, Fabinho, Curtis Jones, and Virgil van Dijk are all back after missing a handful of matches. Nat Phillips, Divock Origi, Adrian, and Harvey Elliott have all been absent lately. Let's see if any one of them features. Maybe Divock Origi is the most likely to come back from injury. Harvey Elliott should be ready soon. And look, with this coronavirus, guys, it's a lottery, man. Every day you wake up, it's a lottery. You don't even know when you're going to get it. That's the crazy thing. Like all diseases, it's pretty much invisible. Not all. Some diseases you could say, hey, man, that guy got such and such. Stay away. But coronavirus, you don't know, man. You don't know. It's silent and it's deadly. That's the crazy thing about it. Guys, be safe. Do we have anything here? Yes, we do. Did you know Leicester can secure back-to-back league wins over Liverpool for the first time since 1999? Is it going to happen? Let's wait and see. Leicester have won their last 2 Premier League home matches, scoring 8 goals in the process. 4-2 versus Watford and 4-0 versus Newcastle. The Foxes haven't won 3 in a row at home in the competition since a run of 7 between August and December of 2019. Liverpool are looking to avoid defeat in their last league match of a calendar year for the 8th time in a row. Diego Jota have scored. I told you guys about this guy, Jota, man. Listen, before I took a look at the did you know, I told you about the boy Jota. You're wondering where I got all this energy from. I took an hour nap before I did this live stream. After working all day since 5:30 in the morning. Diego Jota have scored 4 goals in his last 4 Premier League matches against Leicester. including a hat-trick for Wolverhampton Wanderers in January of 2019. Michael Oliver would be the referee in charge, and Liverpool and their fans will be hoping that there's no VAR drama or no controversial decisions that go against them in this match as well. What's my prediction for this one? I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. Just off the bat, I just want to say this is going to be a high-scoring game, maybe a similar game to the Manchester City-Leicester City game, a similar game to the Leicester City-Liverpool game in the EFL Carabao Cup quarterfinal as well. Look, I haven't really done my research on whether Mane and Salah would be available for the Chelsea game, but I know that they will be available for this one. Barring a positive COVID test, of course. You cannot play if you're positive, right? You can't. You just can't. It's not going to happen. It's important for Liverpool to get something from this game. Let me just say that. For Leicester, it's fine. They're what? What are they right now? 9th? Like, it's fine. It is fine for them. They could slip up. They could afford to do that. They haven't been playing well this season anyways. But for Liverpool, after that slip up against Spurs, they cannot afford to lose or draw this game. And the reason, Manchester City. You do that and Manchester City keep winning, then that gap gets bigger and bigger. And then it's tall as a bamboo tree. You see what I'm saying? You don't want that as a Liverpool fan, as Liverpool, a club. You don't want that. You really don't want that. It's imperative that they win this game. We talked at the beginning of the season that it's key for Liverpool and their squad to stay fit. It's been an injury-ridden, coronavirus-affected season, but still, Liverpool depth has came to their rescue. And this is a team that a lot of people say do not have the depth like a City or Chelsea, but the players, the backup brigade has really stepped up. I got to give him credit for that one. Kostas Tsimikas, who would be needed in this game if he is fit. If he's not, it's going to be James Milner at left back. But both players have stepped up in the absence of others. Konate has been really good. Joe Gomez might be hoping that he get a run out in this game. Trent has been really good this season. Guys, you know I criticize Trent that is defending all the time, but he has been solid this season at more. He has been solid. You know, out of 10, I'll give him a 5.5. He's getting better. He's still young, but attacking-wise, an 8. He's been really good, man. Goal-scoring threat. Those crosses, those assists, those free kicks, those corners as well. The delivery has been on point. They'll be missing Robertson, though. Definitely be missing his industriousness. But Tsimikas, brilliant, man. He's been really good. This is a period where Liverpool needs to get their backup brigade more involved. A Minamino, maybe off the bench. You see what I'm saying? Roberto Firmino could, who knows, start this game because you got to get him match sharp. He's going to be needed soon. You see what I mean? Guys like Nico Williams needs to be involved a bit more. Because Naby Keita, Mane, Salah is going to be leaving soon, right? Thiago needs consistency. Henderson, all these guys have been in and out the team. Injuries, Fabinho as well. Look, Leicester, we know they're a team that could hurt you. But right now, they're the team that's hurting. After that City 6-3 and the Liverpool loss in a week, they got to be hurting, right? And the fact that the team is heavily depleted right now. Soyuncu, Evans, Justin, Pereira, all struggling with injuries. I said Evans, Ndidi soon to leave for the African Cup of Nations. And he's been playing as a center-back. You don't need him as a center-back. Amate, all these guys are leaving soon too. Iheanacho, these guys are leaving. In attack, I don't think they have a problem in attack. Vardy has not been 100%. I think he'll feature in this game from the start. Let's just wait and see. But in attack, they don't have a problem with Maddison in good form, Lookman in good form, Iheanacho, Vardy, Ayoze Perez to a lesser extent. But the problem is the defense. The protection for Kasper Schmeichel, there's a problem there. Fullback positions, there's a problem there. You got to have makeshift right backs and left backs playing. Luke Thomas, Dewsbury Hall, youngsters could be involved, maybe not experienced enough to really take the game by the scruff. I think Dewsbury Hall was good against City. Got to give him credit. He's been one that's, come to light lately. But I think it's just going to be a little bit too much for Leicester against Liverpool. I'm leading towards a Liverpool win for this one. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, and I'm going for 4-2. Liverpool to dominate possession. I think Leicester would try to take the game to them at times, just like they did against City. They could be dangerous on a counter. Liverpool loves to play the high line, and they got to be very careful with Ademola Lookman. Harvey Barnes is a player that's been missing. I forgot to actually mention him. Let's see if he's involved. But we don't know who's going to be involved because of the coronavirus cloud, right? I'm going for Liverpool to win the game 4-2, however. I think they'll have enough in defense. Van Dijk should come back in, whether it's Matip or Konate at the back. I think Konate has been really good. But I think with Alisson, a mistake or two in him, but he's been solid for the most part. He's been definitely saving Liverpool on a lot of occasions as well. I think Liverpool would do enough. They'll concede a few goals, but they'll score enough to win the game. I could see a high-scoring game. It might turn out not to be a high-scoring game. It might be the opposite. It might be a draw for all sake, but I'm going to go for Liverpool win here. 4-2. That's my prediction. Let me know yours in the chat. But look, judging from the game that we saw recently, there will be goals. There will be goals. Leicester City currently in 10th. Their next game will be against Norwich, January 1st. And they got Watford, Burnley, Brighton, and Liverpool again, February 10th. For the Reds, big games coming up. You think about the Tottenham game. These two games coming up against Leicester. You got Chelsea. You got Arsenal in the FA Cup semi-final twice. Big games. One game that we got to... When's the game against City? April 9th. Mark the date. April 9th. Manchester United. Liverpool versus Manchester United. When's that coming up? When is that? March 19th. Mark the dates. Those games are going to be good. So, guys, that's my prediction. Let me know yours. Your boy Dominic Rich coming back with another fun-filled preview for your head tops. Yeah, baby, we finished. Oh, my God. Oh, man. 2 hours, 42 minutes. It's now 12:27 a.m. And I'm not going to be lured into playing FIFA 22. I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to go to sleep. Because I deserve that. Trent has been 9 out of 10 this season. Don't be harsh, Dom. 7.5. The what you call it there? What you call it? The defense stats bring him down a bit. Yeah, Rich. I just think Leicester fatigued since Liverpool didn't play on the weekend. Virgil van Dijk, Fabinho. Yeah, Liverpool again as well. Didn't play on the weekend, and with that extra rest is going to be too much. So sensational. As long as we play, we'll 100% win. Tanya Kishna, how are you? Good morning, D. Dreamt of that you became a Liverpool fan. What a nightmare. Oh, man, wow. You dreaming about me, huh? You dreaming about me? Ooh. I like that. Dom, Trent's defending has improved this season. You're being very harsh. Yeah, it has. It has improved. Michael, bro, how are you doing? 4-1 to Liverpool. Guys, how many likes do we got in the video right now? We got 60 likes. Could we get more while we're live? Come on, if you're yet to like the video, make sure you do so. Big up to Praise Asala. Yeah, Rich, I just think Leicester. Yeah, I did talk about this one already. EU Revix. Nice to see you in here. All stream. Steve, bro. Doesn't matter what they say about you, bro. Thank you for showing up to the streams, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Everybody in here, appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. All of y'all who turned up. We did pretty good again. Very consistent stuff. But it's time that we get on up out of here. If you're watching the replay and you got all the way to the end, thank you very much as well. And do appreciate the continued support. Guys, as you know, we're on the road to 49K. You know, it's taking some time. We'll get there eventually. It's fine. You know, my main goal is consistency. When it gets very difficult to do content and you're not inspired, you just have to come back and come back and come back. It's hard, guys. It's hard keeping a balance between things. Okay? So, look. I'm about to go. No more questions. No more questions. That's enough. That's enough. 2 hours, 45 minutes, guys. That's enough. I'm exhausted. So, from your boy Dom, appreciate everybody. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Match Week 20 of the 2021-22 English Premier League season. The preview, the roundup will be coming this Thursday. Hopefully, we have a great midweek of Premier League football. So, from your boy Dom, thanks for tuning in to yet another one. And until next time, peace out. Rich Squad. Peace. Yeah. Talk to you soon.